get to that.
Okay, we're just going to do a quick test to make sure you guys can actually hear us this time. So give us a...
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Good job. All right, so I'm going to go back to Brayden. He's going to do all the things. Actually, no, let me do the things.
Oh, thank you.
Quick announcements. You can find all of our videos on YouTube. You can search for Casual Cactus. It's cactus with a K instead of a C. Kind of our little shtick there. You can find all of the videos, everything we've done, everything that we do winds up there on YouTube. So go check us out there. Discord is the best place to go to keep tabs on our schedule if it's going to change. We all have lives. We all have occasionally catastrophes that come up, illnesses, things like that. Unexpectedly, sometimes we have to change the schedule. We'll always try and post it there on the Discord. If you came by, and if you're a regular and you came by hoping to see us play a little bit more of the Valley campaign, we do this little thing during December where we let Brayden take over, and we call it Braydenmas. So we are in the midst of that. Don't worry, the main campaign will be back probably in January as soon as everything gets through the holiday season. So we will get back to all of our regular content then, just so you know. That being said, I think I'm going to turn it over now to Brayden.
Hi. Quick recap on what we missed. So, we're using what I like to call the 3-man system, something I kind of tried to make up, which is a character sheet like this. Each one having a D20, D12, D10, so forth and so on. You assign a attribute to each one, and then assigning a strength and a weakness to each of the skills provided. If you put whatever attribute in 20, you will probably easily be able to do things like lift things if you put muscle there, or be very super smart if you put mind in there. Strength can be what you're good at. For example, if we're talking about muscle, it can be like, I was really good at swimming, but I suck at lifting heavy things. And so forth and so on, etc., etc. Everyone was working on that. So, is there any questions?
I don't think so. I think I've got
All
I've
right.
got 2 weaknesses that I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Well, I will do a spiel, a little bit of spiel upon which I will describe the setting. So that will give you some time. It doesn't look like Daniel or Stephanie have any dice to use.
Oh, they actually.
It
Oh,
doesn't
wait.
seem like they have any dice to
Yeah,
use.
I know. There's a shameful.
Seems
load
like
of dice.
some Braydenmas presents need to be opened real quick. So if you guys will open those real quick before we start.
I was like,
No, I'm sorry. They don't exist.
You don't have enough.
never enough. It is never enough.
This is
Oh,
true.
wow, cool.
Gosh.
I like these a lot. What is that?
Little things to say.
The name should be at the bottom.
Shit.
Fluffy puppy.
I mean, I'm
What is
pretty
that?
sure that
Really
we're
cool.
not a
Fluffy puppy?
child-friendly stream per
I have
se.
unicorns in my dice.
You
Yes.
Good job, you two. What are yours?
Fluffy puppy. They got little puppies.
You have fluffy puppies.
I have unicorn dice.
You literally have unicorn dice.
I have never seen her this excited about
Ooh,
dice.
I like it. This one has weighted like it has
I was
like
gonna
a.
say I've never seen her this excited.
So,
Right
you
down the bottom.
want to give a close-up to the camera there?
Oh.
D6 will
Yeah, the
scoot.
D6 usually
Good one.
Here,
Yeah.
let's see.
kind of makes it pop
Oh,
off a
they're
little
little
bit.
I don't know if you can see it,
Yeah.
but
Oh, it's a tiny little.
Little puppy.
I love puppies.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't focus in super well. It's a little glittery.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, read it.
yeah, thank you.
Glittery
Yes.
unicorns. You can't see it through the 3, but they're super cute.
Yes.
And usually, Brayden dice don't betray me. Usually. Last
Okay,
week,
what?
they don't betray me.
Oh.
Brayden dice don't betray me. Now, last week, I think that they
get
intentionally
fish
kind of.
and
Hey, well, they did not do. They actually did not do very well for you when I gave them to you the first night.
That
so.
is true. I guess they just have to warm up.
They
to
just
me.
have to warm up to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, While that is just some some presents, I will tell you the setting. All of this will be fictional, so but based on certain things, so don't get up on me on that. High in the mountains of Montana lies the Painted Banks Lake, a very beautiful lake where the bank at one point was multi-layered, very much like limestone. Nowadays it's not so much due to tourism and stuff like that, but the lake is still referred to as the Painted Banks Lake. For most it was bought back in the early 1920s by a couple who opened up a summer camp that was heavily sponsored by the Boy Scouts of America at the time. Several generations and owners passed, and in current times, the Boy Scouts of America have become bankrupt, and the last previous owners could not afford to have the place continue to upkeep for scouts and whatnot for summer, and sold it to a gentleman by the name of Oscar Gainsborough. He is a gentleman who owns a company referred to as Dolly Tech.
Dolly Tech.
He purchased the land around Painted Banks Lake and opened the Painted Banks Resort. Thank you, Stephen.
Hi, Steven.
Opened the Painted Bank Resorts, turning the giant lodge that was still there into the head building for this resort. I don't know why I get research and resort mixed up. I don't know why. Resort, and many of the cabins that were still around were converted to lodgings for guests to stay at. Millions of dollars were put into this as pools were added. Some weird audio stuff happening. Weird. Basically, the whole place was decked out as a resort. The lodge itself, having been converted more of the main house where the people can stay and whatnot, including a restaurant, a indoor pool, full gym, and built onto right next to sort of onto the lodge, a very modern house. You know, the like glass walls, 3 stories tall, just kind of built right next to the lodge where Oscar Gainsborough lives on the premises. And you all are employees at the Painted Banks Resort. Let's go through what everyone's daily job is. Describe your character and mention what your usual routine is as you work at the Painted Banks Resort. Who would like to go first?
I feel like I should go around the table.
So,
Yeah,
Steve
Keith, go
says that
ahead.
there's some audio relics going on, some weird.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure that you're catching that.
If someone would like to go first in describing...
Okay, I guess I'll go. My character is Winston Pennington. He is a concierge.
yes.
And for the most part, he stays in the lobby. He, takes care of people, answers his questions, directs them to wherever they need to go, and if needed, he will get them stuff, like special requests and anything like that.
What is your name again?
Winston Pennington.
Okay.
Very formal. Since this is a respectable institution, he is very much in a black jacket. He's got the full tie. Very professional, and born Formula and snooty, but
And good reason that you only stay in there, because if you even step foot outside, you will instantly get dirty.
absolutely.
As this is the middle of the woods, high in the mountains of Montana. So, does anyone like to go next?
I will. If
I'm still putting one
okay.
together.
Gotcha. Namaste. I liked the groan. My character is Siobhan Breezefeather. And she is the spa manager for the resort. And I organize all of the different things, massage therapy. We have several different yoga classes on the premises so that you can get the complete retreat that you deserve. We have different things like your hydrotherapies, your steam rooms, saunas, all of that good stuff. There are several different treatments, and I oversee several different kinds of therapists. So you can have all of the chai squeezed from your body in various ways. You can have it like we will realign it with acupuncture needles. Or oh wait, I said chai, didn't I? I'm sorry.
I was like, squeeze the chai.
I just like tea. You just like, yes, the remedy to cure all, tea.
Of course.
The chai.
So there are the aggressive kinds of therapies that can like beat it out of you, and that sounds terrible. Not like that. But there are the kinds of things like hot stone. There are Reiki. No, that's not right. Reiki sessions. And we will create an ambiance for you. We also do some in-room treatments, things like that, and all kinds of aromatherapy additions, all sorts of things that will raise your vibrational frequency. You should come in and try all of our different energy balancing programs.
All right. Steph, are you ready, or do you still need more time?
Yes. Okay. Hello, I have no time for this. I am Chef Vivian Poulet, and I run the kitchen for this.
Wait, what
Vivian
did you say?
Poulet.
Madame?
Chef Vivian Poulet.
You're
Merci.
a chicken.
I work at the Painted Banks in the kitchen. I am in
The
charge
shielding's really bad.
Oh,
of
okay.
Sometimes I
accepting
think
all
it's
of
worse.
the deliveries for the breakfast, the brunch, the lunch, the dinner, the after dinner, the nightcaps. I handle all of it. I am in control of all of the kitchen.
Okay.
I am from Villefranche-sur-Mer. It is a fishing village. You will not have heard of it.
Yeah. And what is the name of the restaurant upon the premises? You can just come up with one randomly if you like.
Les poissons cuits. The baked fish.
Did you already have that somewhere?
French for...
Maybe.
She practiced. What's your name again?
My name, well, it depends on if you mean my real name or not. Siobhan Breezefeather.
Siobhan.
It's the Irish spelling. You have to spell it right. It's Siobahn.
I'm not doing that.
Merde.
Yours is Chevon to me, because that's the only way I'm going to pronounce it in
That's
my
fair.
notes. So, well, that is our French chef. Either to Daniel or Keith.
Sounds like Daniel is ready to go. So.
Yeah. My name is Klaus on Fire.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, Klaus on Fire. Klaus.
On fire.
Klaus on Fire. I'm the pool boy that basically maintains the pool on site.
Yes, please, thank you. Need this.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's not really much to my guy. He's very simple. He's a part-time lifeguard, just to help, keep up his tan.
What is his uniform?
Red shorts, very short shorts, and a white wife beater with sandals.
You have the logo of the Painted Banks Resort just slapped on the.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm basically, I handle all the pool stuff, make sure it's clean, make sure all the equipment is maintained, and
Okay.
The chemicals.
I have, all the chemicals are
All right.
set.
And finally, last but not least.
Last but not least is the groundskeeper, Daniel David Lyon, Dan D to his friends. He is the as I say, he's the groundskeeper, so he makes sure that all of the outdoor and wild spaces are well maintained, well groomed. He normally can be seen wearing sort of a one-piece jumpsuit, sort of outdoorsy overall coveralls kind of thing. Fairly well stacked, built, although he's middle-aged, so he's starting to grow a little bit of a paunch as well. Hair close cropped, clean shaven. Smells faintly of fertilizer and lawn chemicals most of the time.
All right.
That is
Very good.
excellent.
Pretty good.
Ooh, wow.
A couple of other individuals that you will know. There is Kit Darcy. That is Mr. Gainsborough's secretary. There is Miss Tell, the maid.
Miss Tell.
Miss Tell, Tell, Miss Tell. Those two are the main ones. There may be others that I will mention, but specifically today is at the Painted Banks Resort. You all are getting ready as Mr. Gainsborough wishes to shoot sort of infomercial / commercial for the resort to bring more customers in. So you all have been cleaning, getting prepared, making sure the whole place is nice, spick and span, everything is tip-top shape. I will say a couple of problems you guys have been having, particularly between Klaus and Daniel. The two of you for the last several months have sort of had I won't say it's rivalry, more of disagreements. You have been having some bad spots come up on the lawn that sort of surrounds a lot of the lodge. And you have been attributing this to chemicals from the pool getting onto the lawn.
You've been using the wrong stuff. I'm telling you, it is.
And you've been having issues because you have been having the shittest time trying to keep the water chemical balance correct, because something keeps messing with your chemical balance almost on the daily, more than usual, and you attribute it to whatever he uses for the plants. That somehow it's getting into your pool and it is causing your...
No. I give it a wide berth. I'm nowhere near that pool. Nowhere near that pool.
Daniel only uses non-chemical pool cleaner.
Yeah, all the chemicals that I use, I mean, yeah, they will kill plants, man. It's like, what do you want me to do about it?
Freaking pool.
Is that your voice?
All all I'm saying is keep them in the freaking pool. You know?
Well, stay out of my stuff, man.
Gentlemen, we can just breathe and talk. Now, have you been putting any of your chemicals in areas other than the pool?
Absolutely not. This stuff is expensive.
Are you sure that everything that you're seeing can't be attributed to something other than the pool chemicals?
I mean, I suppose it. Would I know? Is there anything else that could cause it, or am I convinced that it's the pool chemicals?
Roll either. What do you attribute your groundskeeping to? Your attribute wise.
Smarts or sense?
I will say either mind or senses.
Is this happening inside or outside?
It's happening outside.
Okay.
So I don't think he went to school to be a groundskeeper.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say probably sense.
All right, make
So
a senses roll. I'll say this. You need to roll a 6 or higher.
Does it have anything to do with the identification of flowers?
Keep your rocks to yourself.
No.
Okay.
This is
In a-
more chemical than flowers.
Stones.
Well, I rolled a 6.
Then you hit the DC. I mean, yes, there are a number of things that could be doing this to your grass. It's just more so that it's happening more near the pool.
Okay.
So
It's like, well, yeah, there's a lot of things that could kill off the grass, but all of the grass dying is near that damn pool. Water's not supposed to be that clear, not naturally.
Have you been keeping an eye on the kiddos? Maybe they're peeing on your grass.
That's it. Piss doesn't do that to grass, and I should know.
Give me some inspiration.
hey, you know what? I'll allow inspiration in this game. It's a one shot. This isn't a campaign or anything. We're having fun tonight, so I'll allow inspiration.
And even if it did,
There's
those brats are in your pool, so you're responsible.
They're having a blast. That's all I'm saying.
No, you should keep their blasts in your water is all I'm saying.
As that
You need to hold this labradorite and calm down.
as
This
that
is colored glass, you know that, right?
as,
Out there.
as that is happening, let us ask our dear chef, how are things going in the kitchen? How are you? Actually, make a social roll to keep your sous chefs on top of things.
That's the D4.
Ooh.
This is my rogue dice. That would be a 1.
no. Oh
Ooh.
no.
So,
Because it's my rogue dice. Made a mistake.
okay. So I'm gonna tell you this stuff before I tell you the result of what the roll was.
Yeah.
I would like you to mark somewhere on your character sheet 1 failure.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Please let me know when you get 3.
Oh dear.
1.
Listen, chef. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. When you're giving out orders, it's in French, and you're in Montana where no one understands French. So you continually get mad at your sous chefs who don't do anything because they always have a weird look of bewilderment on their face whenever they say something, and then they sort of sometimes go and do what you're doing. They're not doing that. They're doing that thing where they're kind of bewilderment and then just continue doing what they're doing. But for the most part, I will do a quick roll to see how well they're doing. I mean,
Attendez. C'est quoi?
I mean, you've seen the kitchen cleaner, but I mean, if you clean one specific spot hard enough that you could use and take like some good shots of the kitchen and some of the food, you could probably get away with it.
I'm like, oh, C'est quoi? C'est quoi? C'est quoi?
Chef, I don't know what you're saying.
Stupide? C'est quoi?
I got that word. I know that one at least. That's not French.
Poisson weird.
Okay.
Oh.
Then let me go to our dear head of house, Winston. How are you preparing for this event?
Oh, I am making sure everything is nice and tidy, clean, and I am directing people left and right.
Okay.
Hey, do this, do
Well,
this, do this.
if you're directing people, let's have a social roll. See how well you can.
Yeah, it's my highest one.
I just want to say Gordon Ramsay probably has a D4 social.
16.
16. Okay. Oh wow, that is like, that's above the hard DC. I was gonna make that like a 6. So, you have done this for years. You've worked in. This is the first time you worked in like a far out in the mountains sort of resort. But I mean, it's a lot quieter out here than some of the bigger cities you've worked for. So you do extremely well maneuvering different of the maids and all that. And Miss Tell, sort of the head maid, is sort of nodding along and agreeing with you and sort of like kind of hype manning you off to the side. She's sort of a heftier black woman who's just like, sort of, yeah, we do what Mr. Pennington says, and sort of hype mans you up quite a bit. So I'll go back to the people outside. Let's go to Siobhan. How are you getting ready for everything?
So I am instructing my minions to make sure that they've got extra sheets for all of the tables. I have put in new orders, all of our different forms and whatnot, like making sure that we have all of the different product that we need. We've got a meeting coming up for all of the sales that we need to do. We're trying to push all of the
Okay.
I love it.
all of the different products that we're trying to get extra because the markup this time of year.
Okay, let's have you do a minds roll, because that sounds like you are organizing everything that way.
Okay.
You're being very organizational.
So mind, that's my D10.
Okay. I'll say it's a 6. You gotta get above a 6.
Gotta get a 6.
Or a 6 or above.
Well, that is an 8.
Then you succeed. Easily enough. You've been doing this for several months now, and it is slightly difficult to get sort of that stuff up the mountain, but easily enough. You know a guy who you slip a couple of bucks to like come up during the weekends on his like truck to bring you stuff. Easy enough. Okay. As you are preparing for that, Mr. Dandelion, how is the groundskeeper getting the grounds ready for shots to be taken and so forth and so on?
Well, try as I might, I can't get those dead spots in the grass to like come back to life. So I'm resorting to using an artificial means to color them the right color. It is not like spray paint in the traditional sense.
Right.
It is a botanical spray paint, but it's the same idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Artificially coloring it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm taking the extra precaution of thoroughly spreading in the area and working in a hefty amount of steer manure.
Okay.
Right by the pool.
Oh, okay.
What?
That's gonna be great.
Let's see. This is hard work. Let's let you do a muscles roll.
Yay.
Do a muscles roll. That seems like because you're hard at work.
That would be a 17.
That's 3 numbers under impossible. No more than half an hour before the camera crew and all of that arrives to get ready, you just crack your knuckles and go to town, heading to your workshop, little shed you've got, and just like it. you're like the Flash, just quickly going and getting your job done, sort of doing like that doing that thing where you do like your arms move slower than your feet are moving, sort of like power walking all the way. Many of the guests who are there, particularly the women, just kind of stop and like, ah, as you kind of just like go by. You've been asked to do a lot of like firefighter calendars over the years, but you've never been a firefighter. Don't know why.
No.
Yeah.
And then for an encore, once I'm done with that, I just go over to the pile of firewood and start ripping them in half, bare-handed.
Yeah. I will allow that to be part of the 17.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get fired for recording your TikTok.
And then finally, on fire, how are you preparing the pool area for the commercial / infomercial, whatever?
Yeah, I'm just doing my usual check for the pool, checking the chlorine, checking the acidity, making sure everything's balanced, making sure there's no leaves in the pool, no debris, no nothing.
Then let's have you do.
Also, making sure like all the furniture around
Okay.
the pool is all organized.
Let's have you do a reflex roll. Sounds like a good thing we can do. You just got to roll a 6 or above.
On a D10, right?
Yes, which is not hard.
Which
Yeah,
one is the freaking 10? This one is 8.
Easily enough. You grab the long net, couple of swishes into the pool and get all of the debris out. Sweep everything, make sure everything's nice and tidy. Do that thing where you take a couple of towels and make like a animal out of it and just set it onto the one of the chairs. As for the most part, the resort is ready for the infomercial. Kind of coming in out of his like what a lot of people refer to as the glass house. Sort of coming out of the glass house, sort of on one of his not rare occasions, but he usually tends to stay in his basically apartment complex that is way nicer than it should be in Montana mountains. You see Oscar Gainsborough, sort of it's hard to tell his age, sort of, he looks anywhere between like late 20s to early 30s, kind of well built, sort of like a Christian Grey sort of build to him.
I thought that was the color of his hair. And I was like, a Christian
Grey. What color is Christian? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Got it.
The two women who have not read that book.
Satan's black. Sorry, go ahead.
Kind of comes out and is talking around. He's sort of a very social guy. He occasionally goes to he always is at the gym. Drinks very lightly at like the restaurant bar. He's sort of like a very social individual. Sort of like you're not sure whether he's actually smart to be running Dolly Tech or is kind of like the person that's just like, daddy gave him the company sort of thing. It's hard to tell. Sorry, I just read a I stopped freaking reading chat. Some real bangers in the chat. As he kind of comes out and like gathers you all around and is like, well, let's get this commercial going so we can show people what Painted Banks Resort is like and that we can bring more business here. Sort of, kind of, a few people kind of cheer and whatnot. His secretary, kind of Kit Darcy, is off talking to the camera crew who are setting up the cameras to start making the infomercial. As the rest of the day goes by, the camera crew to go to different parts, sort of getting shots of the lake. They get like one of the campers, one of the resorters, like swimming in the lake, sort of stuff like that. Is there anything you guys would like to do to try and help make this infomercial or commercial look like, stand out? Like,
I have all of my people's
Mhm.
various dishes going, so they can like zoom in on sizzling
Mhm.
things and whatnot. And
all right. What skill do you attribute your cooking to?
what would that be?
That's why I'm asking you.
Oh,
Where do you think you would
Probably say
attribute?
sense, like 'cause
yeah, I put knows tomatoes a fruit.
Okay, I will. Okay, then I will allow you to roll a senses with advantage,
Goodness.
knowing that tomato is a fruit. I will. Yeah, I'll say you gotta get a 6 or above. It's just,
takes
but we'll
wisdom to
see.
put those
We'll
things
see.
together.
We'll see what you roll depending on how well the shot goes.
I
Depending
got a
on
14.
a 14. That is above a difficult challenge rating. So it's a lot better. As it's going, a lot of like the camera crew and like sort of like the side director kind of like commenting on like how good the shots are. Like, and none of these food commercials can ever get it right, but what you're doing is like making it pop on the screen, as they're saying, sort of doing very well. So at least the food portion looks like it is something that people should come for. If not for the great views and all that, the cooking itself.
And I'm like, donde? Now, it is perfect. Now, zoom in.
Okay. Is anyone else trying to?
I have an entire elaborate like setup of like a kind of tour set for the like filming
rubbing
of
some of
stuff
it.
and all of that jazz, and kind of have it set up so that different like models are receiving different kinds of treatments, and like camera pan through all of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I know.
What role do you associate your yoga with?
Social. Well, as far as the whole spa situation, social.
All right, then roll a social roll
Okay.
to
Let's
see how
this
well you
goes.
can get this to go.
Oh, that's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's 12.
12? Yeah, well, difficult challenge is like 10. So
Oh, okay, cool.
anything above a 10 is phenomenal. So, once again, the camera crew are like beautiful shots as they're sort of doing like that pan thing where they're just like going, like do like a 360 around someone who's doing like a yoga pose, and like getting good shots of like the steam room with like steam coming out and so forth and so on. Looks gorgeous, and the shots are going to come out great.
Good job.
So I have scouted out some spots around the property where they can get these wide views, panning over in really really beautiful vistas of the resort.
There's like a young guy that's got like a drone who's like taking good like shots as well. So
Okay.
what do you attribute your gardening to?
Well, for this one, I would say probably body, because hiking to all of these spots is going to take a little bit of stamina.
All right, go for it. Make a bodies roll.
Okay, so, and because my strength is I can jog all day without getting wounded.
I will allow that with advantage then. Yes.
Look at that and tell me that didn't just happen.
Same exact number.
They are both 9s.
Okay. So, because the guy has a drone, he doesn't necessarily need to hike anywhere. But he kind of just stands there and kind of follows you on the thing. Kind of gets like some good shots of just like you like just like jogging. Kind of gets like some nice shots, and then does some nice panoramic views. They're good shots. They're above average. It's not like it's like phenomenal like higher up, but anything like above a 6 is phenomenal. So you do very well on that aspect. Pennington, do you have anything you can help with the commercial, all that sort of thing?
Yes. So in the lobby area, first off, I'm going to direct for minimal staff to be in the lobby so they don't, taking space and all that stuff. But I am going to do spot checks around for cleaning this.
Okay. Then let's do a senses roll.
Yep. That's a 10.
Okay, that's pretty good. Making sure that everything is spotless, and your team has done exceptionally well. There are very little spots. With a 10, one specific place on the farthest place where there's sort of like in the lodge itself, there's not a lot of like like places that people like spend time in or like rooms.
Mhm.
There are a couple. These are more of like the big suites, like more expensive suites and all of that sort of stuff. In one of the bigger suites, you do at one, as you're kind of spot checking everything, you do find a little bit of like green grime on like a pipe attached to the sink.
Oh, jeez.
So you kind of clean that up quite easily, just wiping it off and making sure that it's all clean, and everything is good. Spotless. They don't have to move anything. They don't have to, worry about anything like that. They can just walk through and get the shots that they need. On fire. How do you use your skills to try and help with this sort of the shots and commercials that they're doing?
Oh. I use my body.
Okay, then roll a bodies check.
Oh no, I wonder if this would be one of the people that I would be ridiculous around.
Probably.
Oh no.
That will be a 14.
14. I mean, your body speaks for itself, my friend.
I'm gonna be next to the pool. I'm gonna be looking good. I'm nice and glistening. Got my oil on.
It takes them yours takes the longest. It takes them 3 tries to try and get it right because the cameraman can't stop looking like having you in every shot. So they have to like do it several times. At one point, they just ask you to leave. More for that you are a distraction to everyone. But there are still some amazing shots, and most of the shots they probably get have you in it.
Awesome.
So, as the rest of the day progresses, at one point during the evening, we're getting closer to evening, maybe like 5:00ish. They want kind of Oscar Gainsborough to kind of sit in a chair with all of the staff behind him as he sort of gives like, that message where it's just like, he does like a spiel just being like, we here at the resort, or that sort of spiel that they do. And so you all are kind of standing there, standing behind him as he's sort of sitting in his chair as the camera's getting ready and sort of everything's going on. Any conversation or discussion as you guys are kind of like sitting there waiting for like cameras to start and everyone getting ready. There's like someone doing like Mr. Gainsborough's makeup real quick to make sure that he looks decent.
I will probably be mainly directing all of my therapists and all of the people that are instructors for me and stuff like that. Although anytime apparently Klaus or Mr. Gainsborough speak to me, I will hear the ocean and hope that whatever comes out of my mouth is appropriate and intelligent.
Okay. Yeah.
This is my weakness. Like with people that she actually finds attractive, she has no idea what she's saying. She can convince anybody that she finds them attractive, but for people she actually does, she becomes a moron.
Well, for social, my weakness is women, so.
It could just be a perpetual cycle of stupid.
There you go. That's right. That's not even. That's my weakness.
Weakness as you'll do anything for them, or weakness as you run away?
We'll find out.
Weakness can be many things. Yeah.
I mostly just stay out of the way. But when we get called in and sort of packed into that tight group, there is definitely that whiff of,
the outdoors.
Like muttering in French. I'm just like, c'est better be. Vous êtes cold, I swear.
You see that Pennington is the furthest away from you that he possibly could, as he does not like the outdoors.
I think I am probably next to.
In my hand, I have a handkerchief like this.
Okay.
Oh, I'm probably right next to Keith because my constitution thing is that I can withstand the high heats and the like gross smells
Okay.
sometimes in the kitchen. Or like,
Okay.
so I'm just like.
Yes, and I smell strongly of Nak Champa, and you are really harshing my mellow with those chemical smells. So I'm gonna have to step a little further away. You're throwing off my
I
vibe.
probably smell like beef, so I'm like, whatever.
You just make me hungry because I haven't had meat in like
You
5 years.
you just like French onion soup, and like he always smells like BO, and so I was just like French onion soup. As a side note, I love French onion soup. I don't get it enough, but yeah. Anyway, as that is happening, they sort of start getting the cameras going. They sort of get the camera going, and Mr. Gainsborough sort of starts his thing and is like, here at the Painted Banks Resort, we pride ourselves on enhancing, not like, hold on, what's the word I'm looking for? To not take away from the views, but to enhance it. To continually press forward, and then at that point, you guys hear a scream from far off in the lodge.
Oh dear.
Anyone can make a senses roll,
Sure.
or everyone make a senses roll.
Senses is an 8.
Ooh, that's 3.
Oh my god, a nat 20! Ooh, with my unicorn dice!
A natural 20, nice.
Wait, yes, it was sense. Okay, good.
You can take away that fail.
Yes!
I'll say a natural 20 can get rid of the fail.
So that's gonna be a 7 for me.
A 7, okay.
I think I was like, did
Natural
no
of
mention
8.
that too?
Okay.
That was a
3.
3.
Let me do mine. 2.
2, okay.
A 4.
Oh, so 4?
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
on a
D4.
D4. Oh, okay. So, can I have the two of you just mark one fail point, please? Though you do hear it, you don't know exactly like where it's coming from. From this side of the table, you can tell that it's coming from the glass house.
I'm assuming that that's a bad
I'm just
sign.
gonna take off running.
Alright, you take off running.
What is that?
I am going to one of the beefcakiest therapists make sure that they like try to block the way to any of the like smaller, more frail limbs, and I'm gonna take off after him because
Okay.
she doesn't want anybody else to be like threatened of her crew.
Out of
that
curiosity,
she's-
do we have like handheld radios or any kind of communicators?
Not. I won't say like maybe you don't have it on you now, but there are walkie-talkies.
No, wikis. Okay.
So, I will say that can be a bunch of stuff available to you, but I don't imagine anyone would be like holding something right now. So
Okay.
Yeah, especially since we were
posing.
posing in a shot.
As you guys for
I'm not running. I'm following.
I don't
So-
run.
all right, so the three of you start heading out the direction, and if you guys want, you can slowly follow behind them, or at least know it because they are heading in that direction. But they will get there before you guys.
Yeah.
As you guys get there, you can see that there's sort of like a very locked double like wooden door that leads to the on the other side is the glass house, but here is usually where it's sort of locked. You keep like most of the main residents out of the glass house, so and it is locked as you guys get there as you kind of try it. Would anyone like to do a check to get through?
Would I have a set of keys?
That's what I was wondering.
I mean, if not,
No,
yeah,
no.
there's the girls'
It's his personal residence. Only a very small select few would have it. Maybe himself,
Mhm.
his secretary.
In that case, I'm just gonna put my shoulder to the door and try and open it.
Muscles check.
Would this be along the same vein of splitting firewood barehanded?
It's a wooden door. I'll allow it.
So, with advantage,
Yeah.
that'll be a 13.
You just take one of your hands and just push, and just like the doors open up as you see to the other side. There's sort of like a 5-foot walkway before it gets to like a set of like fancy fancier like modern doors. You get up to it and you see that those are locked. So
Is it also a wooden door?
it is metal. So I will allow someone else to do something should they wish to.
I mean, I always have extra hairpins, so I can try and pick the lock.
Okay, try and pick the
Okay.
lock.
Okay, so that's gonna be a 12.
Where were you
Dice
previously,
don't
Bruzo?
really- That's an 11.
Okay. Easy enough. You take one of your hairpins and twist the thing to open it up. As you guys open up, by this point, because it took long to use the lockpick and everything, you guys are kind of caught up. You guys swing open the doors. Specifically here on the bottom floor of the glass house, it's 3 stories. On this particular floor, it's sort of like a nice foyer, sort of sitting room, like where you would entertain guests and whatnot should you have them. There's fancy ass like white piano, nice chandelier that kind of comes down, sort of different it's sort of like a kind of like dark grays is sort of the vibe down here, sort of like with like white furniture that contrasts the gray with the glass. As you enter in, besides seeing you see sort of lying down on their side, sort of slowly a pool of blood coming from their head. You see the secretary, Kit Darcy, lying on the ground.
Oh dear.
Oh la la.
So I guess I'll run over and check to see if I can figure anything out as far as if I can tell that there's something medical happening to her, if I know she dead, what's
Can
going
I
on with her.
assist by directing?
Ooh. Well,
Wait,
roll. So this is how assists work in the 3-man system. If you would like to assist, you can add your dice to her roll.
Ooh.
So you are using social.
Yeah.
So you can roll a social roll and add whatever number you get to whatever she rolls.
Okay.
Okay, so to check on her, what do I need to roll?
Let's do a mind.
Mind. Okay, so that's a 10.
Wow, that's a natural one.
Okay, so you can add 1 to the roll.
So that's a 7.
So 8, which is exactly the DC that you would need to know a good portion of
Good
stuff.
job.
Because it's
Thank
a
you,
challenging
sir.
roll.
Sorry, the blood is making me a little queasy.
That's right. Ignarius Val, real quick, just because you asked. The system we're using is the 3-man system. It's sort of a system I came up with that uses this character sheet. You just attribute one of the attributes down here to one of the D20s on the usual 7 dice you get from playing Dungeons and Dragons, and then you can add weaknesses and strength to just add advantage or disadvantage depending on what the roll is. So that's the system we're using, sort of a homebrew thing that I've kind of come up with, and it works fun. With your roll, she's not breathing.
Okay.
You can see that she's got a very large wound to the side of her head, and it looks like she got hit and then has fallen over.
Is the guy here who owns the house? Did he come along?
He was back there, watch with the camera. So,
okay.
it sounds like people are coming. It's just that you guys,
beat.
as the star players of this game, got a chance to kind of rush first. So,
Can I look, considering that I often chop and stab and cut, to
Okay.
see basically oh, it was something heavy this way just because I know what.
certainly make a senses because you're just kind of observing
Should
around.
I use my unicorn die?
I don't understand you.
I'm gonna go grab a towel to stop the bleeding.
Yeah,
Go for
I
it.
tried to.
You can easily
Technically,
go
I
do that.
dropped
Yeah.
it.
And I would like to look around and see if there's any open windows, open doors, or anything like
Make
that,
a-
besides the ones we came
Make
in.
a senses roll.
Does it count if it fell out of my hands? I was not ready to roll.
Was it the intentional roll?
No.
Then I will allow you to re-roll.
Do not talk to me right now, Daniel. I'm rolling.
Danny, I'm gonna hand you a towel for the
Oh,
bleeding.
okay.
Who died?
So are you
I don't want to get my hands messy.
percent?
Who died?
An 11. Okay. So it looks like it's not like a cut or anything like that. It looks like bludgeoning, but it looks like if you took like a block,
That's not
kind of got hit where one of the side corners is. So
Oof,
6.
she was
6.
tenderized.
She was tenderized.
Sort of looking around, you can't see anything. You kind of go to like where the front door is and check it. That's locked. There are no windows. It's just glass, like thick glass walls all over.
Okay.
But you know that there are 3 floors. So
Is there a fireplace?
I'll say if there is, it's one of those electric ones.
Glass rocks. And shit.
Yeah, like one of those like pretentious like glass rock ones. We use gas. So.
So, is it safe to assume that I've figured out she is like beyond help at this point?
With that high enough roll, there's a certain amount of pressure you can do to the head that if you hit it hard enough, it can just pop the skull from the vertebrae of the spine.
I'm sorry, you
So-
know this how?
I watch a lot of crime shows.
Okay.
I've seen every episode of CSI.
Okay.
A good portion of NCIS.
So
Criminal
her brainstem
Minds.
is like she's gone.
Oh, she's yeah.
She
She
gone.
she
Okay.
9-year died instantly.
Okay. So I am going to turn my attention from that since I can't fix a Pez dispenser head. I am going to see if I can find anything that might look like it contributed, or if there is like any sign of who was here in the same room.
Okay.
Because like the boss man was with us, right?
Yes.
So he was there with us, and then all of us were there. So it's like, not one of you sneaky bastards.
Where was the blow?
Back of the head. Sort of like right along here.
I still don't know who died.
Kit Darcy, the secretary of Oscar Gainsborough.
Can you
Oh,
smell
okay.
anything?
A lot of rolls.
Excuse me.
So
Perfume, maybe.
Wait, I thought there was a Mr. Darcy.
No, that
No.
would be Pride and Prejudice.
No, yeah, Kit Darcy was the name of the secretary.
Okay, got it.
There was a Miss Tell, the maid.
Miss Tell.
Okay.
So
But yeah.
Are there others? Sorry. Are there other signs of struggle?
Mind roll to be able to try and find like evidence of where another person might have been or a weapon.
that would be a senses to kind of like look
Senses,
around.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Make a senses.
That one isn't.
You don't. You asked about smell.
Nope, that's a 2.
Perfume.
Make a
Feel.
senses roll.
Let's use the big one.
Have the camera crew notice
The-
people are running?
And at this point, there are people coming. So if you would like to,
I would like to delay them.
make a social roll just to kind of like crowd control. 4. You don't really smell anything.
Too much fish.
I suppose so.
That's a 10.
Yeah, you are able to like stop everyone. Just be like, there's been an accident. We just need to corner this off. Sort of like call the police and
Call
just don't like
police,
bring.
paramedics,
Yeah,
whatever.
you just like crowd control.
Okay.
Is this carpet or like marble?
Marble.
Okay.
There is a rug kind of in the middle, but
Easy.
she was bleeding on the.
Can you use white vinegar and some lemon juice?
Juice.
Juice?
Mr. Gameborough kind of goes up to you and like, what's going on? What's going on?
There seems to be an accident in your residence here, and we are currently trying to, just keep people out of the way, and
The secretary, she's dead.
quiet you. And maybe you should go in, but we'll keep the camera crew out.
So I'm gonna go over and find the telephone and call the police.
Alright.
There is
Call the
not-
police easy enough. You call. There's a satellite
Yeah.
that allows you to call. Fast forward a couple of hours. The hours kind of go by. Mr. Gamebro sees and sort of looks horrified of what he sees. So like an hour or two pass before the police get here. A couple of police cars, an ambulance, and that sort of thing. And there is actually a helicopter pad. Mr. Gamebro occasionally has a helicopter come and pick him up or go somewhere. So a lifeline kind of comes over to take the body to the ambulance, but at that point the ambulance people just kind of like nod their head once they observe the woman. So observe the secretary. She dead hours ago. So and then a couple hours, police question you. You all have the cameras rolling, so you guys
Solid alibis.
you have solid alibis. So
Okay.
as the rest of the day progresses and you all get some rest. The next morning,
Do we level up?
no. This is a one shot, Daniel. Well, you'll get used to these. But in the morning, a lot of people, for the most part, a lot of people have kind of, the resort has sort of closed for a little while. A lot of the guests have left, having seen like what happened yesterday. Many of the employees have sort of left, leaving sort of a skeleton crew, mostly you guys, Miss Tell, and Mr. Gainsborough, who's are the only people left at the resort as you guys are left to your own devices.
So, did the police give us any indicator of who they thought suspects might be?
They're still running leads,
Okay.
so
So they've been really close-lipped about like who they're investigating at this point.
yeah. If any of you would like to make a social roll to try and see if you can get more out of a police officer, you can try.
I will
Yeah, no.
go up to the police officer.
That's 18.
18.
Yeah. One of
Speaking to one of the police officers, you kind of talking to him. At this point, you kind of like ask, the concierge, and he sort of kind of buddies with you, and he's like, well, and we're kind of thinking this is like a break-in or something like that, because, well, most of the employees and everything like that were on film and being watched and everything like that, so we don't think it was any of the employees. So
Outsiders.
so we think it was a break-in.
Let's see. Well, thank you, and if we hear anything else, we'll let you know.
I'll keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind. Okay.
There's something that's bugging me.
You usually have repellent for that, don't you?
Not that kind of bugging.
Okay.
And yes, I usually do. Both of the doors were locked. There was no sign of forced entry. There was no sign of a struggle. And she was hit from behind.
As a side note, they did find the murder weapon. It was on the second floor.
Oh.
It looked like it was like an award of like technological advancement, sort of covered in blood. It seems like someone used it as the murder weapon. So
It was upstairs.
it was on the second floor. So
Found on
on the first floor is sort of like a gathering area sort of
Yeah.
thing. On the second floor is Mr. Gameborough's office.
Okay.
And on the third floor is like his living quarters bedroom, sort of area.
He's
So.
still like residing in the house. We can't just.
He is not living in the house or at the glass house.
Mm.
He's taken up residence in like one of the big suites in the lodge.
Mm.
So, because crime scene.
Mm.
Yeah.
So my question is, if she was hit from behind and was killed instantly, who screamed?
Screamed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps.
Would we know her voice well enough to know if it was
Well,
her?
wait, was
Anyone who would like to try and remember can do a mind check.
Well, would it have been easy to know if it was a female or male scream?
Well, you were trying to recall as like you heard the scream,
Oh my gosh! Why?
and now you are going back in your memory to remember specifically.
What
So
role was it? Sorry.
yeah, a mind
Mind
roll.
roll.
Brayden, one of your dice is getting fired.
So we'll go around this way, Nate.
Mine's a 4 on a d6.
Okay, fail,
3.
fail,
6 on a d8.
succeed.
Mine's a 2 on a 10. Bet you that's a
Okay,
failure.
that's a failure.
6 on a 6.
Succeeds. 6 was the average.
So keep and remember. I can recall something.
Recalling, the two of you succeeded. Recalling back, it seems like all you remember is a scream. You don't think, at the time, you couldn't think of whether it was male or female. But thinking back, it was hard to tell because of distance. But it doesn't necessarily have been a female scream. It could have been a scream of someone else.
Yeah,
I was about to ask more, but I feel like I wouldn't know.
Oh.
'Cause I
You
rolled a
did.
2.
You did catch. You did catch a hook there, Keith. Well done.
Yeah.
Perhaps the killer screamed in anger.
Do you know? Can you? Well, okay. So I wouldn't have known mind-wise as far as like the person who screamed. With like sense-wise, could I roll to see if I knew if it was like an angry sound more or a surprise, like hurting? Like what?
I would have said that would be more mind because you're trying to remember.
Oh, so
from
that would have
that,
gone with the
but
other
yeah.
roll. Okay.
And I will say that they did not roll high enough to be able to like get like a lot of information because like it's challenging to remember like something like that. So
Makes sense.
So
but you do know that it could have been either male or female. It was non-distinctive gendered.
So the cops went over the whole house?
Yes.
Okay. I think maybe we should go look it over a little bit more so we can see if we can find something they missed.
Yes, follow every what's the word I'm looking for? Every Scooby-Doo episode ever. Ignore what the cops say
Yes,
and do it ourselves.
We're allowed to invade
Yeah.
crime scenes.
Yeah. This is a one shot. This is a murder mystery. You have
Clearly the cops are incompetent. Come
you
on.
have Murder She Wrote powers here.
Yeah.
Murder She Wrote. Okay.
Where an 80-year-old woman can just walk onto a crime scene and it's like, oh, this is fine.
Is so we said skeleton crew.
You got. I assume you guys are like having this during like breakfast in the restaurant, just sort of
Yeah.
mulling things over a cup of coffee or something.
Am I serving that?
If you'd like,
Are you cooking?
the coffee machine's automatic. If that's what you're asking.
Are you cooking or are you delegating?
No, I use hot pockets.
Hot Pockets.
You would serve that?
I didn't
You're-
serve. They were in the freezer.
Yes, the French chef likes hot pockets.
I'm not cooking for these people. Like there's their hot pockets.
What is Murder She Wrote?
Did you-
Polar
well-
Nights. How dare you?
He lives in
Norway.
Norway.
Oh, that's fair.
And honestly, I don't know what Murder She Wrote is.
What?
What?
my God.
So basically, I have to say
Angela
this now.
Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury plays an author,
A mystery writer.
a mystery writer who
solves crime.
Who solves crime. She's like a 60-year-old woman who just
An old people show, yes.
yes.
But
Yes.
also, it's actually just a lot of
That's
fun,
why I never
even as a
went.
not old people show. Like, it's fun to watch, and it's off the rails ridiculous.
I never saw it.
It's a lot of fun to watch just because of how completely ridiculous some of the scenarios
If
are.
it seemed like an old people show, then I didn't watch it.
I feel like you would probably like it a lot more now,
I would,
yes.
making fun of it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
than you would have then trying to take it seriously.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like
but-
Kojak. It's like the
Yeah,
a
yeah,
female
yeah.
version of Kojak.
But kind of a little bit lighter. It's considered a cozy mystery, like
Yeah.
something that's just sort of like a feel-good brain fluff kind of a murder mystery.
Not
They
like
don't
not
focus
like
on the dark stuff.
not like any of like the modern stuff like Angela. Not like what's the Knives Out or
Yeah.
any of like the Agatha Christie
So-
ones.
ABC murders.
So, Chef, these Hot Pockets, did you like put them in the oven, or did you use the microwave?
I'm pretty sure they're frozen.
I brought them from the freezer.
Yeah, she brought them frozen.
Oh,
It's a serve yourself sort of buffet, I suppose.
no, thank you.
My
Oh yeah.
one of my weaknesses for constitution is I hate common food. I don't.
so you. Oh my God, this is funny. Oh, you're a delight. You're a delight. All right.
So what I found weird is the object that was used was upstairs.
Yeah.
This is a melted. I put it back.
She was downstairs, so grab the object,
there's
go
a lot of
downstairs,
things-
and then go back upstairs.
There's a lot of things that don't add up.
They got no fingerprints.
Well, they took the evidence with them.
Ah, they
So-
took it.
That's why I say I think we need to go look and see if there's something that they missed. So I'm gonna go right after I finish my coffee.
Enjoy.
As we're
Enjoy.
walking,
Yeah.
looking for a cop.
What part of straight from the
Okay,
freezer equals hot to you?
As you guys are getting ready, as you guys are deciding to do stuff, can I have Klaus and Leon both make a senses roll?
Daniel, perhaps it is H-A-U-T-E. Hot pocket.
Like, hot.
I don't even.
Does that make
Haute
it?
couture.
Does that
Hot
make
pocket.
it fancier?
Oui.
It's like,
Are you
Let us
even
go.
French?
Let us go. I am from Villefranche-sur-Mer in Providence, France. We are known for our
France.
we are known for the fashion and the great fish cooking.
oh, I see
I'm
something.
smelling a lot of something that I put in flour bed.
You stinky garden man.
What was that? I'm
Sorry, can I get Daniel's character and Keith's character to make senses checks for me?
Sure.
This will be
Does this have anything to do with IDing flowers?
Yes.
This will be a 3 out of 4.
Alright, that'll do.
By set? Oh, they are both 8s.
Okay. As you guys are talking and sort of like nonchalantly kind of like look out the window, for you, Klaus, you can see that there's a weird green tinge in your pool. And
What?
for you, Leon, you see kind of around the area where you greened. There's where you did not green is dead grass and flowers.
What have you done to my pool?
Wasn't me.
Bro, this is too far. Alright? I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna clean my pool, and we're gonna talk about this later. Bro, this is not cool, alright?
If I was going to sabotage your pool, I would have done it a hell of a lot more smarter than that.
We'll see.
That was English. Hell of a lot more smarter.
Are you smarter?
What even was done?
Well, clearly somebody threw something in it and threw off the chemical balance.
Oh, that's why you're the pool boy. Go clean it.
I'm not gonna talk to you right now.
It's his voice.
Yeah. So upon seeing that Klaus, you head over to check your chemicals. You kind of go to the side shed where all of your all of the chemical stuff is kept and all that sort of thing. What do you attribute your pool skills to?
My pool skills too.
Yes.
I guess that
Instead of intelligence.
that would be a strength. I guess.
Your
I mean,
Like your pool smarts
So,
or your like ability.
What
to
card
make-
not smarter?
I mean, yeah, wisdom, I guess, because I know how to. work
Then
all
make
my
a senses roll.
That's senses.
Yes.
That's a 2 out of 4.
Okay. You start fiddling around with your equipment. All of the water has got that green tinge.
Okay, so where I treated yesterday
Yes.
is dead, and there's no sign of the work that I did.
No, the green stuff that you put down is still there.
Okay.
Everything around that is dead. So it might be dead, but you have made it look like it's not dead. So
So it's it's spreading.
yes.
Oh, it cannot be natural because it was overnight.
So do you imagine?
So is the-
Oh, sorry.
Is there something like? Is there something weird, unusual about the ground? Is it extra dry, extra wet, extra?
Make a senses roll, and you can do with advantage because it's
Soil.
related to plants.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh, that's you.
That'll be an 8.
An 8.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You sort of start tapping, like pushing down on the ground, seeing what's going on, and you hit like a weird spot. You sort of take your hand out, and you've got like green goo on your hand.
You might want to watch that.
It smells heavily of chemical.
Ugh.
You might want to cut off your hand.
Does it smell like chemicals?
Make a mind roll.
Why you have a candle?
Oh, okay.
Supposedly a good luck charm.
That would be a 2.
Oof.
No idea.
I have. That is strange. That is very strange.
Tasty. See what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
reach down and just. Actually, I'm going to go over to the pool and dump my hand in the pool.
What are you doing, bro?
And then wipe it dry on the grass.
Bro! Bro!
I know.
That's what water's for, is cleaning up. Come on.
Get at least use some soap.
It's filthy.
Bro, I know that's what that was.
Dude, not cool, bro.
If we're going to learn anything about what we need to figure out about this, we're gonna all have to take a nice deep breath.
Oh, mon dieu.
Oh, mon Dieu.
Thank you.
um,
Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you.
Sorry. Sometimes I have this thing where I make involuntary noises and I just don't understand. It's fine. So yeah, take some nice deep breaths.
Here's some
We're
colored
gonna.
glass.
Blackbird, you're right, is not colored glass, but that's okay. I understand that you're coming from a very tense place right now. So,
Yeah, something keeps killing my grass.
Something keeps turning my water green.
are you getting like weird sounds in the audio?
I was
Polar
just checking
nights?
that.
I
White
Kind-
noise in the background?
I did kind of have a phone close to the cable for a second there, but not anymore.
Did it go away? Well,
Yeah, let us know if it
catch
went
up.
away.
Yeah, let us know.
After that fiasco,
So, did you discover anything with your weird?
So there's something in like a couple of spots here, and it was real chemically, and I couldn't figure out what it was. But it's nothing that I put down. It's probably some of your shit.
Not
Have you checked your chemical tanks to make sure they're not leaking?
everything's fine. You can go check it yourself.
I'm going to. And I'm
Huh?
going to go in and.
Make a minds roll because this is like pipes and stuff like that.
Now, my strength is I can judge distances accurately.
What's your weakness?
I can't keep track of time.
I won't give you advantage, but I'll allow you a +2.
Okay. That will be a 6 then.
Okay.
I thought it was a lion.
As you're checking his thing, it seems like something is leaking into his water tank.
Okay.
And so, as you're thinking, like, distant-wise, using your distance thing, about right where the fence between your grass and the pool is, that's where the water tank should be.
Okay.
So, something is leaking from the water tank.
So I do have a leak then.
Yeah, something's getting into the water, like the cistern.
Like, and also maybe watering the plants.
Maybe.
Well, no. Is this water attached to like a water source attached to the pool, or is this completely independent for the hotel? Is like the hotel water source?
It's very much the hotel water source.
Okay.
More specifically, like the lodge and pool
Okay.
section. There are different water resources for each of like the cabins that share a bunch of stuff, but there's like a big one that's mainly for the
Like that.
for the main lodge, the glass house, and the pool area.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, we need to look at that. So, all right. So it's neither one of our faults,
See?
I will
I'll
go
take
call
it,
a maintenance.
although it has to do with the water.
Matt? No.
Okay, fine,
First,
fine. It's neither of our faults.
I will apologize if you apologize to me.
We're making such good progress.
You know, like
I'm so sorry that you couldn't figure this out on your own.
I think that you need to figure out how to redirect that negative energy so that it's not going over here.
I can't deal with you right now, man. I can't.
I
I can't.
I'll get a guy out and we'll dig up the tank and find where the leak is.
yes,
It'll be
we'll
fine.
get a specialist
It'll
out
be
here.
fine.
Bon.
Meanwhile,
Moving on.
we've got a dead employee. We got to figure out what the heck happened.
Helicopter.
My pool is green.
There
Dead
is an
body.
officer,
Death
yes.
first,
Green
then
pool.
pool. Hopefully all in a very brief period of time.
All right. I understand. Just chill.
Would this glass house, would the keys be had by the maid?
Not every maid, but Miss Tell would probably have a set, yes.
Perhaps while we were on camera, we should ask Miss Tell if she saw anything out of the ordinary for her life.
Wasn't she in the shot with us?
Was she in the shot with us?
She was in the shot with you.
Oh.
Okay, so
I did not
she would
notice
probably
the
be-
maids.
Yeah, I will tell you all this for free. Everyone you know, other than the secretary, was in the shot.
Okay.
no, the problem might be with that though, that if she was in the shot, she would know that Mr. Gainsborough wouldn't be in his house. So somebody could have orchestrated something to get her there.
I am simply asking if we should see if she has her keys.
Oh yes,
Yes,
I think we
absolutely.
should. Yes, we'll talk to.
That's
We
secure
just
missing.
have to be kind of careful, just in case maybe the people that we could get keys from, might have orchestrated this, and they might get suspicious of us snooping around. So
I handle a key there.
I could talk to her one-on-one and ask for her keys temporarily.
that could work. Also, did you just say you had a cleaver?
I always. I know how to use the cleaver.
That one you gotta watch out for.
It is rough at the Via France-sur-Mer.
Just
You cross the map?
Via France-sur-Mer. It is a real place. I googled it.
you
Very
Googled
nice.
your
This is the modern age. You can Google whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
So,
know your country's
you're gonna go
office,
talk
right?
to
I've
Miss
not
Tell,
Googled
right?
the
Yes.
name.
Okay.
I have not.
You find Miss Tell sort of on the second floor, just like cleaning up, just trying to keep herself busy, just like cleaning one of the suites.
Mhm.
What can I do for you, Mr. Pennington?
An issue has come up, and
Mhm.
I would like to borrow your set of keys just for.
What you need my keys for?
Well, I have to think about this one moment.
You didn't think you were talking to an NPC now, did you?
Although my social strength is easily persuade people to do pretty much whatever.
Yeah.
So, no, this is just a little something that's going on, and with what's her name? Shaban, and she needs to check up on a guest.
Roll that check.
Okay, advantage.
Yeah, you do have advantage.
That's a 15, and that's 18.
Sure, Mr. Pennington. And she sort of takes her set of keys out and she's like, bring it back when I'm done, before I can close this suite.
Absolutely, it'll just be a few minutes.
Right.
Thank you.
And she kind of goes back to cleaning the suite.
I'm gonna head back to everyone else.
You guys, I assume, head over to the glass house.
Yeah. So going over there with them. So they must have they picked whatever it was up the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you head to the glass house, use the keys to open it up and swing it open. You can see that there is some yellow.
Is the cop there?
He would technically be outside, but evens are odds.
May the odds be forever in your favor.
You're actually very lucky because he's up in the mountains, and I mean, who's gonna break in with a skeleton crew? You can imagine he's probably in his cop car on his laptop watching like movies or something like that. Just sort of, one of those individuals just like, we're in the middle of the mountains.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do whatever? Just gonna sit here and watch movies all day.
Okay.
So you guys have the glass house to yourselves. So you may ask me questions.
Alrighty.
I head instantly to the kitchen.
There is not a kitchen.
Is that the man?
You know that food is usually brought to him from the kitchen.
And yet,
In fact,
could not give me a raise.
make a minds roll to remember some stuff.
Some stuff.
So, if you guys have any questions on stuff to look for, let me know, and I will quickly snap to you guys so we can keep this
Okay.
going.
So I'm gonna go to Mr. G's office and just look around.
So make a senses roll to get a good sense of it.
6 out of 8.
I would like to schmooze with the police officer to try and figure out what evidence they've already taken from the present.
Okay, make a socials roll then as you go to talk to him.
And since my strength is really good at turning no's into yeses, so I can pretty much sell anything or something like that. Is that an advantage thing?
I'll allow, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, so I'm not getting too overwhelmed, we'll start with go back to you. So what did you roll?
6 out of 8.
Okay. For the most part, Mr. Gainsborough is a heavy eater. He likes a lot of food. Usually when he orders, he likes like 2 cheeseburgers with a lot of fries, or he'll get like he orders like a large quantity of food. It seems like he's the kind of person that like you could imagine he's the kind of person that, like, eats a lot just to exercise more of it off, sort of guy, or at least that's what you assume.
Okay.
You were next on the chopping block. A 2. So you get to the second floor and it's just like he's one of those pretentious people. He's got like bookcases full of books and all of that. You see awards, pictures, dolly tech sort of stuff all around. Got like a nice black mahogany desk, computer, a pretentious office, sort of like in the center. There's a coffee table with like a
Not a
couple
green
of chairs.
plant inside.
Not a green plant in sight.
Bastard.
No, he's worse than that. So most of the glass walls are along the outside, but the wall that is attached to the lodge, kind of like a stone exterior. He does have like one of those like abstract paintings that if you look like it's like one of those ones that is like ones that's just like palm trees on a beach, and it's just lines.
Ugh. Okay.
That's the closest thing to a plant you'll ever see. That's what you see in the office. So
How does he get any work done? There's like no open air. There's no
So,
fresh air. There's no. Greenery,
does anyone else
there's
want to do anything? And so I'm just trying to do one person to tell me roll and then answer a question. So I'm trying to do that. So anyone else want to try and roll for something before I go back to Dan?
This is related to just what our characters are
Yeah,
thinking.
if you're trying to
Yeah.
investigate, is there like something you're trying to look for?
Yeah, so for the pool, like I would be if the pool's green, whatever, I'm gonna try and fix it. So by adding chemicals and making sure everything is balanced. But like, does the whatever it is go away? Then will it clear up with?
Make your pool roll. So strength, was it?
No, well, it was sense, I guess.
Alright, then do sense for your pool check-in.
Are your chemicals as they were?
That's a good point too. I also want to know if my chemicals were messed with.
Yeah, we'll go back to Danny real quick to answer the
So
question.
I rolled the polls. We had a 1 and a 20. So we
Okay.
got the 20.
Okay. Talking to him, you're kind of schmoozing him over. You watch as he pauses his movie. Sort of talking with him. They got her body. They grabbed. There wasn't much evidence-wise. The murder weapon. Other than that, they didn't take anything else. They didn't see anything that was like stand out as evidence. With a natural 20, though, you do get out of him that they have already done fingerprint analysis. Only fingerprints they found were Mr. Gainsborough's.
Okay, so some more layers.
That makes sense because it's his.
Only
So
some award.
So that's what you get from the officer. Unless there's anything else you'd like to get out of it, like any questions you'd like to ask him specific. This is a point and click adventure.
have they searched all of the different trash cans inside and out for gloves?
They only checked the lodge.
Okay.
They didn't check the full property, but they did at least check the lodge.
Okay. So they checked the lodge. Did they do the rummage thing in the big bin?
Yeah, they were very thorough. They
Okay.
didn't find anything untoward glove wise. So
Okay.
while you are steaming over that, does anyone else want to make a roll before I go to Daniel?
I guess I just want to get imagined in my brain. So, going from the lodge where we were at, and then going to the glass house.
Right.
Is there just I don't say only one way in, but is there like anything behind it, sort of thing. I'm just trying to get the lay of this property.
Make a minds check, and we'll come back to you as I tell Daniel. So Daniel,
Yes.
what did you roll for your pool check-in?
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4. You're trying to get the balances right, but whatever this green stuff that is leaking into your pool is like not stopping. In fact, it's like slowly getting more and more of it is leaking into the pool.
Okay. So the core of this issue is the leak
Yes.
from that tank.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would at some point like to investigate this tank then.
Okay. You grab a shovel. Actually, no, there would be a basement access. So you start heading to the basement to get a good look at like the tank access. So I will come back to you.
What do I need to roll?
Make a senses. Well, yeah, make a senses roll because this is you investigating.
Okay.
We will. You can do actually either a senses or a mind. I'll allow you to choose, and then I'll come back to you. What did you roll for your mind?
I'm an 8 out of 8.
An 8 out of 8. Okay. So the way the glass house is connected to the lodge is it's buttressed up against it, sort of kind of like built to the side of it, sort of next to it. And there's about there's the like I said, there's the wooden door, and then about 5 feet to the glass door to enter the house. So of entrances, there's the front entrance of the front where you would normally enter the glass house. Then there's the back entrance for you to enter the lodge proper.
Okay.
As far that is the only 2 entrances and exits.
Okay.
So, anyone else like to roll before I let Daniel go to Daniel?
A thing for the guard, or not guard, the police. Did they dust the entire place for fingerprints?
Evens or odds?
Yes.
Even Stevens.
They did. All they've found is Mystic Game Burrows.
What about the victim's fingerprints? What did
Yes,
find?
they would have found some of her fingerprints in the area as well, but specifically
Where were they focused? Like what? Like
in the office.
in the office?
On the office and
Computer?
parts of downstairs. Well, she was his secretary, so you would assume
Okay.
anywhere that she would have needed to be, she would have found.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone have another role-related question before I go to Daniel?
It's getting
Once
I've got one, but we can wait until
we go over to Daniel.
I
Daniel,
think so.
you sort of go down into the basement area where there's sort of like the tank access area. What did you roll for your check?
5 out of 6.
Okay. Just small one. You start checking the tank and sort of like open up the access hatch, and there is just this green ooze that is just like floating on the top of the water. And it's turned most of the tank green at this point.
This is horrible. Okay.
You had one job.
I had one. Is there something nearby, like a stick or like a tool that I can
Yeah,
use?
easy enough. You can grab a tool.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a tool and just take a scoop of it,
Yeah.
like a sample, and take it out, and so I can show everybody else.
All right, easy enough. You just grab a sample and then start heading to the glass house. So,
Yeah.
while you were heading there, questions. As you are trying to solve this mystery.
I wander into like a bathroom and just check the water to see if it's also kind of greenish.
Okay, the 3rd floor. On the 3rd floor, you get to his living quarters. There's sort of like a couch, TV, massive bed, sort of very pretentious, very few belongings.
Is it like a mirrored ceiling?
Evens or odds?
Ooh, even.
No,
Dang. Okay.
but there is a switch. There is a switch button panel that you see.
I mean, I want
I
to
mean,
go.
I would
Do it.
have
Do
wanted
it.
upstairs too. I was actually going to say that.
I will just switch.
You start messing with the
Casually
mood lighting. You start messing with like the mood lighting. You see like you see like the glass sort of does that like shift where you can't see in or whatnot.
Ooh.
Sort of.
Fancy.
Yeah,
Really
very
fancy.
fancy.
This is terrible for growing plants.
Still, not actually on the third floor. There is one singular bonsai tree.
Does it look like
Is
it's
it-
been well cared
It
for?
looks very well
Is it
kept for.
plastic?
It is not plastic. But to answer your question, there is a bathroom on the third floor.
Okay. So I just like go to see if the water's green or not, or if it's just regular water.
You turn it.
Uh-huh.
You wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sort of like the first initial before like tinge green water starts coming out. Very similar to the stuff you wiped your hand out of.
What the
Oh, my
hell?
soup.
Your soup.
How can I make the dinner soup? This is
Wait,
We're not having pea
You-
soup ever again.
This crap's not an irrigation line. God.
To answer that question, which that does feed the irrigation line.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
I walk up and I'll show you.
In a jar, you see a lot more concentrated version of
Where
that
did you
goo.
get that?
It's in the water tanks, not related to the pool.
Feeds your pool though, doesn't it?
I get my cell phone.
Feed,
I'm like, boop, boop, boop,
feed your
boop, boop.
plants.
and I call like my kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You call your kid. There's no one there.
Oh,
You're a skeleton crew, remember?
dang it. Okay, then to myself, I'm just like, look up the avion. It is all no, this fish went there.
Does this green ooze have a smell? Scent?
Very
Very
chemical. If anyone would like to try
I was gonna try
to
some.
make a minds roll.
Ugh.
This is a very difficult roll.
I'm gonna try
Because-
it. I'm gonna try it.
Okay. There is you can help each other as well.
I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
Maybe.
Of course.
I got a 3 out of 6.
This system is called a 3-man, so you can stack 3 people's rolls. So
So
I
what
got
is-
a 5.
What if our
So-
sense
6
rolls are
plus
different?
it has to be a mind roll
Plus 2.
Or oh my.
So 6.
because this is
So it's
intelligent.
3 plus 5 plus 2.
3 plus? I thought you got. Oh, you
No,
got
I
a
got
3
3.
out of 6.
3 out of 6.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I got a 5.
5, 8, 9, 10 for me.
Oh, I'm not helping anybody.
Oh,
I'm
you're
just
not
gonna do my
helping?
own thing, I think.
So-
Did you roll?
You can only stack 3, right?
You only stack 3.
Ooh.
So who is the individual who is getting stacked
You got
on?
a 7?
Me.
I got a 7.
You're being
Okay,
stacked
so you
on.
got
All
much
right.
better
So
than me.
what is the total that you got stacked on?
So everybody's
Are you doing.
rolls together?
So
Like, we
so
can stack yours
with
instead of
yours,
mine.
Nate, and Danny's stacked together, what does that total?
Stephanie is more helpful than me. Can I,
You can-
can I
you can-
yield to her?
You'll
I
Be like,
don't want to have this.
She was gonna taste it on her own.
you were gonna taste it?
Not taste
What?
them. I'm trying to identify the smells. I am.
Oh,
chef.
I'm tasting it.
I'm like.
Oh, you're
on,
tasting it.
Food
Okay.
Wars. I
Yeah,
can
but
just
okay, so it's just
Smell
I hope
the
you don't die.
ingredients.
so with the totals is you got 5.
I got 5.
So that's 8 and then
10 for all of us.
10 all.
So
Yeah.
10.
Hmm.
This is what you needed exactly.
Oh!
How do I describe this?
Chemicals.
As you sort of taste it, it's viscous and like hearty at the same time. It's a weird descriptive term.
Viscous and hearty, like
Ew.
like a hearty soup.
Mm,
Like oatmeal.
No, it's
I bet this sounds gross. But the sound it makes is
This
terrible.
is not my most favorite word anymore.
it's sort of like a as you're like it's not a chemical. It's more like the best way to describe it is like a medical substance.
Medical substance, like GAC or Play-Doh, which are not medical substances, but
GAC. Wow, that's an old thing.
yeah. Okay.
You would attribute it more to like towards
You know the human lung feels
embiotic
like
fluid sort
Oh.
of thing.
Ew.
Okay.
Ew.
That is you.
That's wow.
Okay. Well, I relay my flavors to the.
I'm just waiting to see if you pass out.
So, since I like know a lot of spices and such, I am trying to take a deep whiff to see if I can identify.
Yeah, what did you roll?
I rolled a 7 out of an 8.
It is.
I'm like,
Do I know of anything horticulturally?
I was gonna say, I think you two.
Once you're done
I will
with
say
our-
no. There's nothing horticultural about this. No idea.
patchouli and
Oh, that might be a thing that I would be able to
rotten
identify.
turmeric.
So,
Uh,
at this point, as you guys have sort of
Here, I
looked
know.
around the glass house, can I have everyone roll a minds roll?
Do I have a hammer?
If you'd like to stack, you may just nominate
Does
someone.
it have to do with judging distances?
Yes.
oh,
You.
Does it have to do with computers or science of flight?
Yes.
Oh shoot.
Really?
It does have to do with computers.
Oh,
does it
no.
have anything to do with potentially memorized health, medical, or spa industry details?
Oh no.
No.
Does it have anything to do with men?
Is that one of your? Is
That
that
would be
one?
a disadvantage.
Actually, yes.
Oh,
It
oh.
does.
All right.
Does it have anything to do with directing people where to go?
Yes. So,
So I had advantage. I rolled 2 1s.
oh, my apologies.
I had disadvantage and I rolled 2 4s.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Out of 8.
Daniel, what did you roll?
A 6 out of 6.
Okay.
I assume I need to mark down a failure.
Yes.
I did get a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
A
So
9
that's
out of
not
10.
bad.
A 6 and a 5 out of 6.
A 6 and a 5 out of 6. Okay. Would anyone like to stack?
Wait, how do you know
Would you
when
like
you
to
have
stack with me,
advantage?
Steph?
If you can use your strength
Cannot use
in some way.
computer. But maybe you
Okay.
can help
Advantage.
me
Okay.
I will help
figure
you.
out, like, if it's a mind thing, like, maybe you can help fill in some gaps.
I will give her my 4, whatever.
So
I have a
that-
6 to give.
So that would end up giving me a 13.
We're talking about dice.
And if you wanted to stack.
Can you be in the kitchen?
Oh, sir?
Chef.
Hello?
She's a chef.
Sir.
Sure.
So. What brain?
That's right. You're doing basically a brains roll. Yes.
He made an off-color sexist
She's
joke.
a chef.
Back to the task at hand, players, please.
Part of the story? What happened?
So,
There is
She
no
is a
kitchen.
chef.
so if you guys stack, who is stacking and who is taking what number?
Okay, so I'm taking your 4, so that's a 13.
I got a 6.
So that would be a 19.
A 19. Okay.
I
What was that?
don't know, I got nothing.
Okay.
How many times can I get Nate in trouble in this game? That's one.
As you're specifically as you guys are looking around the glass house, the dimensions are wrong.
Huh. Like
There
this?
should be between the lodge and where the glass house starts. There is about a 10-foot discrepancy.
Guys, I think that the footprint of this place does not match the energy of the space that we are seeing. There is something missing that we are not seeing past right there.
Yeah.
I think
Don't nobody
there's-
I
nobody
feel
buy
you.
that feng
I feel you.
shui shit.
No, I feel it too. I
See? He understands what I mean by everything and the existential.
I'm right behind you, girl.
Just like hyperventilating, making sure that she like is wearing something that would be good for him to be behind her. Apparently,
I just like share a look with Daniel, David Lyon.
So you're saying this wall here needs to be bigger?
well, it should go farther if it jives with the footprint.
She's talking about hidden room, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, we can.
Yes, that was what I was trying so delicately
This is what
to
happens
say.
when you hire from California.
Okay. Well, seeing as you have a thought,
I'm
Okay.
going.
then let's have everyone do a senses roll, and
Yeah.
you guys can stack up to 3 if you'd like.
That is a D8.
So a senses roll to investigate the.
So I got a 5.
I'm guessing it does not have to do with identifying flowers by scent.
Oh.
No, unfortunately.
Senses.
No, mine was bad.
I can usually
got 7.
tell voice and body cues.
No.
Okay, there's not really
I
anybody.
I know
who's giving
tomato
me-
is a fruit,
Unfortunately, no.
so I have a 5 to give to somebody.
I got a 3.
I got a 1.
So 7, 5, 3.
Sure. Because that'll give us.
That'll give us
at least
13.
13. So
Okay.
No, 15.
That's
15.
15.
we can't count.
I can.
Wow.
Okay. As you guys start investigating, you go down to the second floor where the office is, and you find kind of like under where the stairs going up to the third floor. You kind of hit like a part of the wall that sort of clicks, sort of moves out of the way. You can see that though it looked like part of the wall, it was like very delicately painted to look like that.
An alley
You
button.
move it over, and behind it you see an elevator.
Ah,
You see a keypad as well.
Numbers. I don't like numbers.
elevator.
Can I check to see which numbers look like the most worn on the keypad?
I'll give this to you for free. It's a tablet.
It's a tablet.
Yes.
Oh,
So it's
Well,
just
still-
touchscreen.
Mm-hmm.
Can
The
you?
n-
Can
do the
I
numbers
tell?
look more
I
on the
see
tablet?
fingerprints.
Yeah. Can I
Sure,
see
make
the
a senses
fingerprints? Oh dear.
some
So
ballet?
I'm checking to see if I can tell where the fingerprints are on this tablet, announcing to you guys because my senses aren't great. I mean, it's not terrible. It's a 7 out of 8.
A 7.
So almost as high as I can get by myself. Anybody else?
My senses are a little bit better. Let me check. That is, what is that? That's a 6.
I would like,
So you got a 6.
cause
Yeah.
I'm always in my my
Just-
uniform.
Plus.
Mhm.
I am the chef.
So we got a 13. Yeah.
Perhaps I have flour upon me, and I can
Oh,
Dust it.
Puff it.
proof it.
Do you keep flour on you at all times?
I am a chef.
Oh, shit.
I am a chef.
Oh.
Then you can roll.
I'm
Then you
cool,
can
man,
roll a
but I
senses
don't
to
put
assist
chemicals
as well.
on me.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. Ooh, that's an 18 out of 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
An 18 out of 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotta be dusty.
So
She's just a
with
big
that
puff.
total, you guys are able to easily see the numbers, though you're not sure what
Order.
what. It's actually like a keypad.
okay.
So
So like a
You're not-
password?
yeah, you're not sure. There are a lot of them.
Combination.
Yes.
Okay.
So I will
Is
say
it
there is a computer in his office that you might be able to find something out of if you would like to try that.
Well, on this tablet, is there like a screen that says enter, passcode, and it's like 5 digits long or 4 digits, or like, do we have any idea?
With their roll, actually, it is a tablet. So as you're sort of messing with the keypad, you sort of like swipe wrong. You sort of go to like the tablet home screen, where you see passcode entry, cameras, and files.
Huh.
Perhaps
Let's go to each one and see what's what.
Which would you like to check first?
Oh, I see the camera. Could get the video.
Yeah, like maybe we can
Yeah,
find
cameras first.
Yeah, cameras first.
All right,
especially
you
if we
check
can find-
cameras. You click on the cameras app, and it pulls up several cameras. About 6 of them.
Okay, so
Any of them
surely it
illegal?
wouldn't be, but
Where are they?
There is one that sort of is in a bad place for the bed to be, if you didn't know about it.
Oh, jeez.
oh dear.
So one is the bed.
One is the
Where are
bed.
they?
One is... Alright, so I'll go through them.
Yeah.
One is directed to the bed, perp. One is just getting a general shot of the upstairs bedroom. There's one that's facing down towards Mr. Gainsborough's desk. You see another one that's just getting a main view of the second floor office. You see one that's directed outside towards kind of the front door outside to see anyone coming in. And then there's one that's getting a view, a room view of the entire first floor.
Okay.
You would think Mr. Ginsburg would tell the police about this.
Not if he had the camera pointed towards the bed. He might not.
But
Also,
it's his bed.
But it's a secret room. Like, if he has a secret room, then he wants other things to be secret, right?
I want to know where this elevator leads, because that might be the way our
Get in.
person got in. Exactly.
It would
You
have
do
to be
see there
because
is
the
a
door was
history
locked.
tab in the cameras section.
Ah.
Is it this easy? Okay, so I'm gonna check out the history tab.
Okay. Where do you go to?
Okay, so well, first off, I would be curious to go to like around the time of the murder and
Yeah.
see
Okay.
who else was in
Yeah.
the freaking building.
Spending some time at this tablet, you sort of scroll the thing and get to a point. You see around the time, you see entering in and locking the door behind her. You see Kit Darcy come in from the lodge section and head up the stairs. After maybe a couple of minutes, you see that she comes down the stairs and starts heading towards the front door. You see, coming behind her, wearing sort of a hoodie, to the back of the head,
Okay.
before you see them sort of like do that with that. Like you can't see their face and like kind of do that and then run up the stairs.
With
So
the murder
they-
weapon.
With
they
the murder
did- they
weapon,
did-
yes.
Okay.
So they must have yelled.
How tall is that person compared to Darcy?
Make a information check.
So
Make a mind or senses check.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do the same thing.
Why would the murderer yell to alert us?
Yeah, did it look like they made a sound?
Yes.
Okay, so they yelled.
They
Mhm.
killed
So mine was a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Mine's a 7 out of 12.
Okay. Taller than her.
Taller. Okay.
Like, by our powers combined. Can we guess, like, kind of build beyond height, too?
6'2", sort of well built.
Klaus. When we all ran out of the room, were you the last out of the room?
Which room?
Once we heard the murder and we all ran?
I was one of the
Okay.
last.
If
Yes.
you keep watching, you can also see the rest of you enter in.
One of
As you're sort of looking around, it's very hard to see, but you do see like small pinpricks where the cameras are. Like very hard to see, but once you like know where the angle is, you
You can
take some
figure it
time to
out.
see. It's extremely hard to see them.
What was the room that we were in when we were all taking the video?
That was like the front foyer. It was the only place big enough that you guys could
So-
get the whole staff in.
So did it look like the perpetrator was deliberately hiding his or her face from the camera,
Yes.
as if they
They
knew
knew
where
where
it
the
was?
camera was.
Yes.
But they don't know where this room is. Well, actually, I say that. Is, like, with this tab, is there any way to edit the information from the cameras?
No.
Okay.
In fact, you keep going.
Okay.
You click to the second floor and then scrub back. And you can see, coming down the stairs from the third floor, you see the hooded figure head over to the desk and start rummaging through some papers. So start looking around at some places.
Okay.
And you see, coming up the stairs, you see Kit Darcy kind of come up and see the individual and head over to them, and you can see there's sort of a discussion back and forth before, sort of slightly in a huff, Darcy goes and starts heading down the stairs, and you watch as the hooded gentleman sort of starts to follow her, grabs a award thing from the shelf, and heads down the stairs.
So the man.
Yes.
Probably. She acted like she was talking to somebody she knew.
Make a social roll.
You shouldn't scream
How
immediately.
tall is Mr. Gainsborough?
About 6'2".
So that's going to be 13.
13. She's sort of watching her. Though there is no audio, you can tell that she sort of was confident standing towards this individual, sort of in the sort of like as if pressing something upon him, and the gentleman seemed to be sort of fidgety while the conversation was happening.
Fidgety, defensive.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take note of all of the different places that he was looking
Okay.
in the office.
Okay, that's fine.
So he was shifting through papers.
Mm-hmm.
What else was he?
Sort of just like goes to the bookshelf and starts like looking at some books and whatnot. Kind of checks the computer as well.
Maybe records.
I ask Winston. Did Oscar have a partner at the Deli
Does he have a partner?
Roll a mind.
I would assume
You can
maybe
stack
the
as well if you
concierge
want.
of anybody would know
Yeah.
of us here.
Yeah,
That does make sense.
that's a 2.
Oh.
You guys can try and stack if you want.
Yeah.
What's
Stack
that?
your minds.
Stack your
Or
mind.
social? Could I argue for socials?
Yeah, I'll allow social because you can social to say what you can get out of it.
Okay.
Mine's a 12.
12,
So that's 14.
14,
Plus 3 would be 18. No,
15.
No, 15.
15 again. Yeah.
Jeez.
From what you know
I can't
of
add today.
Gainsborough, he is
What?
very, very secluded. He does occasionally get like an individual who will spend the night. But for the most part, he's very secluded in the glass house. He does go off to business meetings, but
Has he ever talked about like a brother or
no.
anything like that?
As far as you're aware, he's the only kid.
Okay.
His big thing is he talks about how he was an orphan and started with nothing and rose to the ranks that he is now.
Ah,
Klaus, has Mr. Gainsborough ever showed you any particular favor or attention?
No.
He has tried in the past.
I'm not aware.
Really? No?
That's a
No,
good
for
sign.
your information, he has flirted with you in the past.
Flirted?
Yes.
Like, interested in me?
Yes.
Romantically
Mhm.
flirted? I don't...
you're pretty.
You really need to put those pecs away. They're kind of distracting.
And finally,
yeah.
Siobhan,
the third floor camera.
look at the bed. Rewind the bedroom. Yeah.
So I'm gonna check specifically the bedroom
Okay.
for like.
It's got like a 3-day backlog, but he has not had anyone in the last 3 days.
He has not had anybody
Over
in the
so.
bed. Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
You decide to check the last thing where he came from, the third floor.
Uh-huh.
A door swings open under the stairs. Coming out of an elevator, you see the hooded individual, sort of kind of look around before heading down the stairs.
So they knew about the elevator.
You wait for about the appropriate time. You see he comes up the stairs, sort of in a huff, enters in a code, enters into the elevator before closing the concealed away.
Can we see the code?
Secret.
And
roll,
I share all of this with anybody who's.
You're good at computers, are you not?
No,
No.
she was,
Oh, you're
she
bad
was
at computers.
anti-good at
Oh,
computers.
okay. If anyone would like to roll if you guys would like to try and stack a mind to see if you can
I will be like,
sort
hello,
of
computer.
CSI enhance on this tablet to see what you can see.
Okay.
Can I judge the distance of his fingers
That's a
accurately?
10.
I will allow that, yeah.
Ah, like, hello, computer. Hello.
So
Computer.
that's that would be a 5.
10, 6, 5. We got a 21.
21. That is above the impossible difficulty.
The impossible difficulty.
Yep. Which means you get 2 things. You do get the passcode, which is, gotta think of something clever. It is the
Broke
it
back.
is no. It is actually a excerpt from Shakespeare.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive.
That's a really long pass.
Yeah.
It is,
Such a long
yes.
password.
That's why I said it was very difficult to figure out how
Mhm.
the password worked.
Mhm.
With your second thing, you can also try and enhance on the individual's face if you would like.
enhance.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. You see
Miguel.
Oscar Gainsborough staring back.
Did he have a twin? Like, oh no, this is a different frame in time, right? This is not the same time as the.
As far as you are aware, time-wise, at the point you are looking at the individual on the screen. You know, Oscar Gainsborough was sitting in a chair in front of you all, saying his spiel about the resort. At the time of this recording,
Either it is a twin, it is an alien, or
I'm sorry, it was a what?
a dweeb?
a twin.
Oh, a twin.
Or a tween.
Or a
An
tween.
alien.
It's a 12-year-old.
An
Oh,
alien.
don't tell me you're one of those weirdos that thinks there's little green men running around.
Do you-
I'm sorry, gray men
do you
running
still
around.
want
There
to
are
eat my food
things-
here?
You can't explain, and there are things we don't yet understand. So she's just presenting an array of different possibilities.
Well, I was thinking he was about 6'2" and wondering about his, relatives, like my brother or something. But
There is one more app you want, there is one more app you guys can
The
check,
files.
which is the files.
Yes, I'm checking the files.
Checking the files, you start scrolling through, and it's just like general business files. Sort of click, it's business files. There is one, however, that does catch your eye because it's locked.
Oh.
It's locked.
Project Shade.
Oh dear. Project Shade.
Oh, must be the.
Is he going to be
SHA.
planting a whole grove of trees for me?
He's gonna set up a cabana around the pool area.
Well,
No,
we
it's
could
trees.
try to
No.
we could try to hack into it and then see if maybe
It's a
it's
SHA.
neither of
Actually, you've got this thing unlocked. Let's find out where the
SHADE.
elevator goes.
E.
Can I maybe make a suggestion that somebody make sure that a distraction is available for Mr. Gainsborough?
I will take care of that because I gave him the keys anyways.
Oh, perfect. Good. So we can check that out. Make sure he doesn't come up here while we're snooping.
Was that not Miss Telski's?
Because
I will keep him
clearly
busy.
somebody who looks like him is capable of murdering.
Perhaps Klaus should go keep him busy.
Why me?
He
Because
likes
you're
you.
gorgeous.
He likes me, but
Oh,
I'm.
sorry. That was an out loud
Maybe you
thought.
should be distracted.
Perhaps you should seduce him.
How would I do that? Take my shirt off?
Yes.
Practice right now.
Oui.
Right,
Sorry, that
so
was a
I'm
little
putting
too
a
fast,
hedge
wasn't it?
around the pool.
Well,
I'm gonna go back to the front door. I'm gonna lock it from the outside
Okay.
and start returning the keys.
You could tell him a French proverb. It goes,
A French proverb?
proverb.
Proverb?
You simply walk up to him and you say, Monsieur Gainsborough, voulez-vous coucher avec soi? Avec moi ce soir? And
What does it mean?
simply, good day, you are a great boss.
You're a little bit
Can
behind.
you-
Did you say
on
horse or
modern
host?
music, aren't you?
Boss?
Oh, boss. Love the sun.
I'm all about the sun. I don't
Can
care about
we
anything
discuss
else.
my raise in your office?
It does involve potentially raising and possibly in an office.
Can
Wait,
I tell if
so-
she's
wait.
like telling the truth?
So you coming with me or what?
Well, I mean, they want me to seduce him apparently.
Give him
but-
time.
Okay, well, can I tell if she's lying to me?
Are you trying to lie to him?
I mean, it was a lie.
How much try is it used?
She was trying to lie. She's lying to me.
So, social off.
Social off.
I have a D4!
It's-
Then stop lying.
Must be a quote.
D8.
Try using booze.
I got a 2.
I got a 2 as well.
Oh!
Roll off again.
They just stare at each other suspiciously.
I got a 2.
I got a 1.
Yes! Yes! So I could tell that she's lying to me about
We can all tell this.
this French proverb. What does it mean, really?
Don't you have wine on you or something?
Come and sleep with me. Let us have the language of love.
Just like
Do you
furiously
still get
cleaning.
a
I don't want that kind of raise.
Oh, where did this go? Okay.
So you coming with me?
Yes,
Are you coming with me?
I will go with him.
Okay. So the two of you are
Alright.
off to distract Mr.
It is
Gainsborough.
visuals.
So I do have to drive his keys off on the way.
It's
Alright.
sugar hands
And
in.
the three of you are going through to the elevator?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna see where this goes.
All right. As you guys are heading to distract Mr. Gainsborough, you guys enter the code, and entering in, you click the button, and you see the elevator sort of opens up.
Onto the.
Well, you gotta step onto the elevator first.
Oh.
You step onto the elevator, hitting the only button that goes down, hitting the down button as you slowly descend. No music.
So we're
Can
going
you tell
down.
can you tell like the
Can I-
length of descent? Like
Trying to
if
get a
it's
sense of the. Yeah,
Sure,
the-
make a make a check.
I can judge distances accurately.
Yeah.
So
I can shop
something
really fast.
just dawned on me. If there
With
was
advantage?
a possibility that he
Oh.
could
I rolled a
be
1 and
in
a
2
2.
places
Oh,
at
sorry
the
to
same
hear.
time.
If you mention some kind of spiritual out of body experience,
I mean, we could all be having an out-of-body experience if the door opens and he's actually there.
I will
How
slap
deep
you.
does this damn thing go?
That's what she said.
That is what it's against.
About maybe 7 seconds down. Ding! The door opens. Opening up, you see into what looks like an underground office.
The office.
Stepping out of the elevator, you can see sort of what would look like a small lab, a little bit of papers,
Oh my gosh,
papers on the
smoking
thing. You do see a couple of weird things. You see behind a very thick glass case, there looks like a box, a wooden box, maybe about 6 feet by 4 feet,
Is it robot?
Huh.
in like a very thick glass case, under which you see a very nice display case that inside has stuff inside. On the far end, you see the Dolly Tech logo on like a set of double doors on the opposite side, and then just mix match of like laboratory stuff and papers over on the side.
Okay.
So what's in the display case?
Did you head over?
Yep.
It is a book.
Okay.
The scenario.
Can I see the title of the book?
Well, never
Or
mind.
is it open?
You
Is
can,
it...
you can see it. It is the book, The Picture of Dorian Gray.
Oh dear.
It is a robot. He has put himself into a robot. It is the only answer.
So
Make a senses roll.
all of us? Or
Just
him?
just him, since he's the only one looking at the book.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Does it have anything to do with identifying flowers by their scent?
It does not. It does have to do. Yeah, it does not have to do with flowers.
Does it have to do with mushrooms?
It does not.
Okay. Good. And I've already used my inspiration, so 2.
Yeah,
You
it is a
choose.
book.
Okay.
What are the two of you doing?
I guess I wander over to Michael. It's a cookbook.
That's a cookbook.
Nah, it's just some old book.
You cannot read, can you?
Yes, I can read. I read all the time. This has nothing to do with horticulture.
I am going to try and get better acquainted with my environment and see anything that is visible to read first, just externally, including the title of the book, anything like that, but also anything at a glance on any of the stacks of
Sure,
papers,
make a senses.
labels, all of that. Senses. Okay.
So while that's going on, we'll move over to the gentleman over here. Having returned the keys back to
Miss
Miss Tell, what is your plan
I'm cool with combining forces.
on distracting Mr. Gainsborough?
Oh, how can we delay him?
Get through.
You don't have
It's
to
just like-
tell Miss Tell that. We're not talking to Miss Tell, right?
No,
Okay.
you just give her
talking-
back
Oh,
the
he's
keys.
talking about. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Between us two, how are we
Yeah,
going
between-
to distract him?
Okay, well first,
Elbows.
what I could do is knock on the door and ask him if he needs anything while he's, not in his normal accommodations. See what he says on that. And I'll ask if there's anything I can do to make him feel more comfortable. And
How do you say it?
is there anyone I could send in to make him more comfortable?
There's
Yeah,
nobody in
and-
this whole place.
And that's where you come in.
I am not gonna do that.
He would do anything
For
love.
Can I persuade him?
to that.
If you want to, you can try and persuade him.
Now he's gonna be like a pimp.
I mean,
The concierge?
He is
He's
the
a concierge.
Concierge. Welcome to Painted Pigs Resort. I'll
We're
be
in
your pimp for
Montana,
the
not
evening.
Nevada.
That's true.
Since I'm persuading you, I get advantage on that. That's a 19, right?
You can try to oppose that if you want.
With what?
Your own social.
My own. D8? No, it's not happening.
No. He's very convincing.
I'm just saying, we need to give them
Well,
as much
hold on,
time as
hold-
possible.
Now, given
Yeah.
that, though, you do have free will, so...
You do have free will.
Yeah. How do you convince me?
Right now, I'm just trying to convince you with logic. Because we have to give them as much time as possible without any distractions, okay? We need to delay him so he does not interfere with what we are doing.
Yeah, I hate to say that. You're right, bro. All right.
Bro, dude.
Take one for the team.
All right. Yeah. Do we have any water nearby?
Oh, sure.
Green, but
Yeah.
okay.
It's green. Ooh.
Water.
We can get
Bottled-
we can probably get some bottled water.
Bottled water. All right. I need to wet my shirt. It's.
But we don't even come to this. We don't know.
We don't know, but
We don't know.
I'm gonna be there with my wet shirt. Maybe it'll distract him.
Don't you in there.
Actually, you can talk to him about
Glad that my character's
about
not
the
there for this.
water.
Like just complete mental breakdown.
Of course, we don't want him to go down there, but we can show him like in the faucet and stuff if he's not aware already, and we could offer some
So special right
ideas
now.
on how to correct this
That's
problem.
amazing.
All right.
So you wanna-
Sounds like a good plan.
And then whatever happens after that happens. I
I'm
won't be
thinking.
in the room because I got other stuff to do, but you
Just your
can,
main
you
arm.
can take the time off.
All right.
So
Alright.
we'll get some bottled water for
Alright.
him. And
No.
Having
Go
decided to
back.
plan, you start heading to where you know Mr. Gainsborough is.
I've
We
done
will
it.
return back to the
Yeah, we
underground.
got concierge.
So, what did you roll, my dear Danny?
Okay, so I rolled a 6, you rolled a
8.
an 8. So
I'm giving
between
her
the
my
twos of us, we got a 14.
14. Okay,
Yes.
and you're specifically looking at papers and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and trying to kind of like glean from those anything that I can.
Yeah. What's your mind D?
So mine is a D8.
Okay. As you start looking through various of the papers that are around, you see various like equations and that sort of thing sort of going through. It's hard to understand. A D8 is like it's average, but some of this stuff is like slightly above your head trying to figure out because it's very.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Okay.
I should have done it. I read like complex recipes.
So I'm gonna go over and just sort of listen at the double doors and see if I can hear anything.
Okay, make a senses roll.
It's a 5.
A 5. Putting your ear to the door, you can hear just like tons of humming, like machinery humming.
Did you say that the box, the really big box, was in a case or was it out?
Like a glass, like thick glass case.
It's just like a box in a case.
Mm-hmm.
Any like plaque or
No.
identification? Why is this box in a glass case?
Huh.
Can I tell where the door leads?
Perhaps we can push it over.
Like,
Where on the resort it would lead?
yeah, like where on the resort would it lead?
Somewhat underneath like the
register
lodge.
from Mrs.
Maybe like you're not sure like how far down, but you know general direction it would like lead to under the lodge.
But I'm really good at handstands.
You are paid?
I mean,
to work here?
What?
I organize everybody else's, like, I manage all the therapy.
So what are you-
I understand.
What are you two trying to do over there?
We want to push over this case and get into this box.
All right.
It is the
And
size
so
of a
we're gonna
man.
push on the case.
Okay, make a muscles roll.
I will do that. My first one. I want to do it.
Does it?
Like, that's
it's
his
glass.
20.
It's not okay.
So you guys can try and stack if you want.
Yeah, I would stack it with his.
I have a 3.
Natural 20.
Woo! 23.
Okay,
Raking paper.
you break the glass.
Oh, I was just.
Though it was very
Mm.
thick, you do break the glass.
Real? No going back now?
I want to go try to open the box.
Alright. It's a very heavy box. It's like very thick wood and that sort of stuff. As you kind of grab it from the wall and kind of take it down.
You said it's like 6 feet tall?
It's like 8 feet tall by
Okay.
6 feet wide.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to try to open it. Like try to open. Is it like is like wooden crate thing? Is it
Like a wooden crate,
cardboard?
yeah.
Okay.
It's like thin, like about that wide, 8 feet by 6 feet. 6
Oh.
feet by 8 feet.
So it's not a man.
No, no.
Must be perhaps a picture. But it does open it anyway.
Did you open it?
I'm trying to, yeah. If I can.
Make a strength check.
I will.
Well, I'm gonna try to help.
I was gonna say, you
Yeah,
can
you can help. You get advantage because it's wood.
I hope you don't break whatever's inside.
I have a 2.
Okay.
She can have it.
Can I roll a reflex to like try and make sure they don't break shit?
Sure.
Okay.
14.
14. Okay.
Lots of yoga. I'm excellent with balance. Is this an advantage thing?
So 14 plus 2,
That's a nat
16.
20.
Nice.
All right. They're not gonna break anything. You don't think?
Okay.
How do you open the box?
Um.
Cause that will. You just gonna.
Just rip
Yes,
it open.
I like-
It's wood.
It's wood. Okay.
Yeah.
Inside, you see the ugliest painting you've ever seen.
Oh no.
It looks like the most horrific painting of a human you've ever seen.
And
Oh
the
dear.
and the book said Dorian Gray.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Since I've memorized things pretty well, having kind of looked at all of this, would I be able to make the connection that like, oh, this is a Dorian Gray thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But this is modern.
so-
This is like a modern setting, but keep that in mind. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is creepy as hell. I don't think that there is enough black tourmaline in the world to offset whatever the shit this is.
we'll pause there for a second.
Looks like we got better end of the
Heading over to you guys as you're heading towards kind of where his suite is, where he's been staying. As you guys get to the door, you see that it like quickly swings open, and you can see Mr. Gainsborough sort of like standing there. He's like looking at his phone and looks very nervous.
Oh man. Mr. Gainsborough?
Yes, I got something very important to do. If you'll excuse me, as he's trying to get past you guys.
Mr. Gainsborough, we have some news for you.
Kind of busy right now. Can this wait?
Of course you would.
I wasn't prepared.
Take your shirt off.
Oh no, my shirt has a rip in it.
Roll a social.
I'm not there to help.
Can I help?
You can, sure, you can absolutely.
I'm gonna need it.
Oh, that's a 7.
Oh no, I
That's a-
tripped and like attacked your chest with butter.
I got a
Whatever will we do?
Okay, a 10.
Tripped and I pulled his
It's a 10.
shirt down.
Okay. It seems like he has got something far more on his mind than that. You see, he just kind of like goes past you and sort of like he's like sort of ignoring you guys as he's looks like he's
So
heading
if
down.
you have an emergency with the guests,
I'm sure you can take care of it. You're our concierge.
Our
this
water's
is
contaminated.
The entire water's contaminated.
There's a green sludge coming out of pipes.
It's everywhere. It's all the pipes. It's in the pool. It's everywhere.
Roll another social.
Is this for persuasion?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. That's
Wait.
18.
Oh, actually, it's too late now. I have advantage against men.
Well, you-
Again.
My strength is men.
you can roll again if you want.
Huh.
For the last interaction?
Yeah.
Should have told me before we got married, but you know.
Oh, well, that's a 2. So never mind.
Is that why he's on this
He
side?
sort of stops and sort of like turns around looking at you guys. Green goo?
It's green chemical sludge. It's just is everywhere.
I had a
And,
sample with me, I guess. But I.
You had like a spoon. Of
Yeah.
It. Did you run into the office? You're holding it intact. Or
No, I didn't. There's no way I could do that. No. I guess I lost it along the way. I don't know.
He kind of like goes over the window, look out the pool, and sort of looks outside. Well, we should probably get a maintenance person to go out there.
That's me.
Yes, if you can clear that out so our guests can.
I've tried. No amount of chlorine.
This
going
is
to-
we need some outside help on this one.
Okay. Whatever you need, you have a blank check when it comes to basically trying to fix that. You can tell that he's sort of trying to hurry this along so he can go do something else.
I don't think we can stop. Very well. But I have to warn you that like 1 or 2 of the guests has complained about chemical burns, just to let you know. Which, you know, leads to lawsuits and all that stuff as well. So.
Okay.
But I will try to handle it best I can.
Of course,
but,
of course.
But I'm just letting you know now that there are complaints and possible lawsuits.
He so he's nodding and sort of like at this point he's starting to head down the stairs.
I need to talk to you about something.
Can this not wait?
It's about us.
Roll your roll.
This is not the game I thought I'd be having.
You get advantage.
You also found one of his weaknesses.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
no.
you found his weakness.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. It's a 3 on my behalf.
7.
I rolled a 3 on my behalf.
I got a 7.
Alright.
Oops, it was a 7.
He sort of kind of turns back to you and is sort of just like, what about us?
I'll walk down the hall and make sure nobody interrupts.
Somewhere
Okay.
in the universe, Dells is just happening.
Well, while Daniel figures out how this conversation is going to go, we will turn back to our basement dwellers.
Okay, so while they're looking at this painting, I'm gonna go back over to the doors,
Alright.
and if they're not locked, I'm gonna sort of
Opening up, you throw open the doors, and what you see baffles the mind. You see a gigantic, a decently sized room. In you see about 5 rows, about 10 deep, of just these very large, maybe like 10 feet wide vats that are full of like this green liquid. Further on, as you look in each side of each one, you see a floating version of Mr. Gainsborough. One is empty.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay.
We need to get that pool boy down here to clean up this water.
So should I knife this painting?
Give me a reflex.
It's giving me some really bad
Give me a reflex,
vibes.
Daniel.
Does it have to do with something being thrown at me?
Yes.
I have advantage because my strength is catching thrown items.
Okay.
Why am I rolling d20s? These, yeah, habit.
No fair.
Here, that's and that'll be a 9.
A 9. Okay. You hear a woo 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 sound, and you turn and grab like a lead pipe that was thrown at you.
Oh.
You see sort of like. You see there's sort of like a cot and like a little living space that's been set off to the corner that you did not see because you were more visualizing these giant vats. But you see, wearing like a gray hoodie and gray sweatpants, you see a Oscar Gainsborough seems to have thrown something at you. Sort of looks like he's bearing down his knuckles and looks like he's about to charge you to take you head on.
I'd like to stab the painting.
Okay, you
I've read
go
the
to,
book. I
Sure.
don't know
You
what's
feeling
going
nuts?
on, but I know I can at least do that.
Sure. Go for it.
So, can that be a reflex thing?
I'll allow it to be a reflex.
Okay.
I actually have that too. My strength is I can chop really fast.
I'll allow you to add to the roll if you want.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll allow you to stack.
So
Basically, whatever you roll, he has to roll against to survive. And he has a d20 to his
Oh,
constitution.
I actually got
because
a 12
he
of
is-
12.
Oh, I think I got. Wait. Is that a 6 or a 9?
Is there a dot?
Or There are no dots.
Oh, that's not helpful.
That's not helpful at all.
Either one.
Let's
Sure you want.
let's
Wait.
do 6.
Which way is the point?
Oh, so it was.
Is it on the side that has all of the even numbers or all of the odd numbers?
Odd numbers.
It's the odd
Oh,
number, so it's
so
a
it's a
9.
nine.
It's a
Okay.
9. Okay,
So,
so.
and I got a
Smart,
12,
Keith,
so
smart.
that ends up being 21.
Uh-oh.
We'll see how you do, Oscar.
He has advantage. Well, not Oscar, but yeah.
Or you know.
Okay. As he, this is gonna be funny. As he's sort of like coming up to you, kind of doing his own version of let's see where this thing goes. You watch as suddenly in his chest, you see just like as if someone had just like poured thousands of tubes of oil paints.
Wait, is this what we're seeing?
Yes.
Or,
You're not there. You left.
Just
them
slowly
surprised.
starts pouring out onto his shirt as you see like panic in his eyes. That's one of his down. As we're gonna sort of go back and forth
Okay.
to some things because some combat's about to begin.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
So,
So it doesn't mess with all of them, just that one.
Yep.
So it doesn't seem to impact the ones that are there present at all.
no.
Okay.
Project Shade is not. Are clones, so not exact copies.
He's trying to get around the curse.
Yes.
Ah, I see. Okay, you
So.
want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
So he threw a blood pipe at you, so it is your turn to retaliate.
I'm gonna charge him with this lead pipe. in
Alright,
my
make
hands.
a muscles check and he will make a reflex check. Okay, you gotta be a 10.
Gotta beat what?
You gotta be a 10.
18.
You hit him. So that is one of his.
Now, I am also trying to knock him out, not
Yeah,
kill him.
that is one of
outright.
his. That is one failure on him. Usually, to defeat someone, you gotta beat them 3 times. So, or at least get. It's sort of like a 2 out of 3 if it's a 1v1. So,
Got it.
at least in the 3-man system, 3-point system. So that is your turn. I will allow I will allow one of the gray clones to take a muscle on you. He does not have that. He gets a D8. So roll your reflex. Got to be a 2.
Not catching anything thrown, right?
No. Well, he's throwing a punch, and I don't think that counts.
No. 8.
You are able to avoid him.
Okay.
We will move over back to this side. You see that Mr. Gainsborough is sort of clutching and looking and that panic in his eyes, and he's going to just try and book it to hit the glass house. Is there anything you guys would like to do to try to stop him?
Chasing after him.
Okay.
I'm assuming I couldn't grab him as he was trying to take off or something.
You can try to grab him if you want.
Yeah.
That's opposed muscle checks.
So, by some off chance, is Miss Till's maid cart around?
I'll allow it with his theater of the mind. So, you can. What would you like to do?
I am going to turn it to block the hallway.
Okay, make a reflex roll and add that to his grapple check. Okay.
That's a 7.
Oh well, I was about to say you got to beat a 4. So, you can roll a muscles check.
A muscles check.
Yes.
5.
A 5, yeah, easily enough you're able to grab him. You can feel like it's like I don't know if you've ever done this where you've grabbed like a glob of paint that has sort of like a
Thin skin
it's
on
got
it.
the thin skin
Yeah.
on it. As you press, you can just feel like just underneath just like a broil of just this weird goo. As you kind of slightly squeeze him, you can just see like a splurt of the of this multicolored like paint sort of just like come out of him.
Ugh.
We'll go back to the basement. The two
I move out of the way.
the two ladies who are at the painting. What would you two like to do?
I glance around real quick. Is there any kind of weapon?
Not really.
You have a knife, right?
I mean, that would be
It's
a
a
damn
cookie
decision
knife.
on if I am a chef that always carries a knife.
It's your cookie knife, but
I would also like to ask, like, in my kind of once over with everything, did I see any other like books or anything that were like things that had tropes of immortality or cloning or things like that?
Yes.
Ah.
In fact,
What else did I
Horcruxes.
see?
in fact, I will give this to you for free.
Oh,
You did find like hanging up a bunch of articles from July 5th, 1996, referring to the first time a sheep by the name of Dolly was cloned.
Dolly Tech. So smart.
And then a bunch of stuff about Project Shade, about basically that was the name of it for cloning.
So each of these are probably like a different style of clone situation.
You can see there's about you see that you can see. I will say that you see Daniel sort of fighting off one of a version of Mr. Gainsborough. You can see past him about like 50 of these vats.
There are 50 Gainsboroughs?
Yes, but only one of them is empty.
Oh shit.
Right away.
Well, I guess first off, I will help Daniel with his Gainsborough.
Okay.
I always have to carry around a chakra stone. It's
Yes.
got like one of those big long things, so I'm gonna come at him and stab him with good vibrations.
Go for it. That is. What are you using?
Could I say reflex?
That should be it.
Yeah, give me a reflex. He does a reflex to dodge.
Okay.
You gotta beat a 7.
I can't beat a 7. That's
Okay,
gonna be
then you just miss.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
So I like.
As a side note, the reason why I asked you to bring crackers was because I was gonna have you guys do like hot sauce and wasabi if you took damage or failed like 3 times. But it's like 9:30, so I don't want to like slow down the pace that we're going for. So I'm being gracious to you. So thank
I will,
you
however,
for.
actually take some of the crackers because now I'm starting to get hungry.
I will
was,
pass
and
that
then I
over.
wasn't with the sport,
But
now
sorry
I'm-
for no like hot sauce or wasabi. But
good vibration.
So
as
that's
the pace, I'm trying to keep pace so
Yeah.
we're not like
Okay,
Yeah.
you're good, you're good.
here past too long.
You
So
were fine.
okay, so you miss. What are you gonna do?
So real quick, the vats, are they sealed on top? Are they...
Yeah, it's like floor to ceiling vats of
Okay,
just
vats.
like cloning bays. There's about 50 of them.
Okay. And I don't see any...
Okay, I have to say it because there is an entire joke between this entire thing. You guys want to know what this one shot is called? The 50 Shades of Dorian Gray. That
I
is
both
the.
love you.
Oh,
That's amazing and terrible.
You know, that is so
All at the
amazing.
same
I'm going to give
time.
you that.
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
I will give you
I've had this one in my pocket for a couple of years now, and I've yet to do it. But
All the lonely housewives somewhere just.
Okay.
I'm actually glad I'm doing it with you guys because I feel like Lance and Steven might have figured it out, and I would have killed them for stealing that joke. But
Question.
yes,
Probable that as a chef, I would wear steel-toed boots.
evens or odds?
Let's go odds.
Unfortunately, no.
Nope, I went for comfort today. So,
Well, you didn't
I
have to
guess-
work today, technically.
I
So.
guess I will hold up my sleeves because I am a strong chef who pounds like doughs and stuff, and I
Okay.
will go after this shade of.
All right, go for it. Roll is that a muscles?
It should be reflex.
Or how are you trying to spin this?
Shoot. Well, okay. So on my muscle, my
Mhm.
strength I put is that I have a lot of upper body strength, and then my weakness was that I have no leg strength. Like,
Okay.
because I stand there and I beat. So would I happen to have any?
Well, you're trying to punch him, so
Yeah.
that's upper body strength.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
So Okay, gotta beat a 3.
Oh, since I'm right there, can I kind of like help?
You would have had to have stacked armor.
So I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Okay, so we gotta roll off again.
Okay.
Because
Is it
you gotta beat a
still-
7.
is it-
Yeah,
only
still an
have a
advantage because
D6.
you're. I have a what?
I only have a D6.
Oh, then you miss, unfortunately.
Nobody helps me!
He's got a D8. So
Dang it. Alright.
I tried, but
So-
I couldn't. I'm sorry.
he's very like lithe, sort of.
Alright.
It is back to his turn. He's just gonna. You're the only one that's sort of like done anything to him, so he'll sort of like swing at you. So roll a reflex. Actually, keep that in there. That's his thing. Okay, can you roll above a 1?
Let's see. I did. I rolled a 2.
Okay, he misses you.
Gosh.
So it is your turn.
Wailing away.
Go for it.
That is a 10.
Oh, I have to roll and see if you hit. Yeah, you hit. All right, that is his second one.
It's like Popeye muttering to himself as you.
Okay. It is Gainsborough's turn. A side note: Gainsborough is a color of gray. He will attempt to try and escape you guys. So he's gonna do a reflex to try and escape. If you guys would like to try and hold on to him.
I'm not holding on to him because you're on top of him. But
I always end up on top of somebody. Yeah, I'm holding on.
so
Okay.
I am going to throw a towel down so he can like use that to hold him.
Okay. Then you
Because
can.
he's like paint and stuff, so
okay.
use the towel to help hold
Then
him down.
you make a reflex to just hand it to him, and you make a strength check to hold on to him, while he makes his own check.
So, okay.
You got to roll above an 8.
3.
Okay, that's
Oh.
6.
So that's 9. So you guys succeed. So you are holding him down. As you're pinning him down, you can slowly see like puddling out from him is just that paint.
Is it green?
No, it's like multicolored.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to mention. The stuff in the tank is green. You could probably
You did
assume.
actually say
You
that.
actually mentioned that.
You can probably assume that there might be a leak somewhere, and
I mean,
they have
yeah.
yet to fix it.
Remember, I said we need to get the pool boy down to clean the water.
So, Mr. Gainsborough is being pinned. Back to the ladies.
No, Mr. Gainsborough, don't die.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
die as you're
stab
just
again.
smothering with a pillow.
Yeah.
You're gonna stab.
A
Yes.
towel.
So that's gonna be a 6.
That's a 6. Roll again.
I really get on top of my suit's too.
That's
nice
10.
To get
That's a
ready.
3.
Understand.
Ah.
So you have defeated that gray clone.
One
And the
down,
next one
50 to go.
appears.
Yeah. Like there are all of these vats. Can we? Okay. Let's
So
see.
does it look like they're connected by a single pipe or something?
Source,
There's
yeah.
like a pipe system, yes.
We need to poison the pipe
We need to cut the pipe.
and then poison
Well,
it because I don't
you
know
need
how
to-
close to gestation
Oh,
those
okay.
things are.
Never mind.
So I'm gonna look for the single feed pipe.
Are they nude?
Pit bleach in it.
What?
Are they nude?
Yes.
Oh,
And of course, Dorian Gray is
Not
very
like-
well hung.
Just
So
not gonna.
just get a grip. You know,
Get a grip.
She won't.
Get a grip. Get a grip on your crystals, hippie.
you can easily
Grip on
find
your
the pipe.
Okay.
How do the
Now
puppies
I
always smell
am
like-
wearing my steel-toed boots
Yeah.
because groundskeeper. So I'm just gonna kick through the pipe if I can.
Okay. Make a muscle.
This is gonna wake
Still
them all up.
like those.
They were all like 30
14.
seconds from being
Yeah.
done.
14. Yeah. Easily enough. You kick and you see the water. This like greenish sludge starts like filling the floor.
Ugh.
So
Does it start draining out of the tanks?
no, it seems like it was just like kind of like topping it off and recycling the
Okay.
fluid.
Ugh.
It just seems like somewhere in the system, something must have gooked up or something and
What
Okay.
has been backing up into the water tank or something.
All right. So that's me this turn.
Okay. Mr. Gainsborough is going to try and escape again.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't want him to.
Of course, I don't
Yeah.
know that
You
that
know.
one is still up to keep tapping
7.
the painting.
yeah, you're easily pinning him.
Wait,
Okay.
is there real?
Good job, poor boy.
Yeah. I mean, what are you doing? You're just cheering me on?
I'm giving you fresh towels. Because he's making a mess.
Oh boy! Oh my gosh!
These carpets are expensive to clean.
Yes, they are tough to clean.
Oh,
Especially
boy.
paint.
Touch me that picture.
Oh wait, we got to block off this
As you
whole
wish.
entire floor now.
Okay. You guys are still pinning Mr. Gainsborough, but
He's still bleeding out though, right?
bleeding out is
But like pink stuff coming out.
bleeding out is a relative term.
But he's still
Still
pooping
losing
out.
paint.
Seeping
Yeah.
paint.
Well, like I said, you gotta do 3 hits to him,
Yeah.
and only 1 has been done to him. So.
Yeah.
But you gotta do it to the painting. You two don't know that. But,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So, as the basement team, you watch as he kicks a pipe and slowly this green goo starts like covering the floor.
Ah,
Starts
Where?
like moving to cover all of the floor.
Oh, you! Oh!
I'm wearing my nice shoes today.
Okay.
Should have worn your wellies.
So do we go through and just like attack each one of these things, or can
Is
we?
there like a computer console? Like
Uh,
something? Is there a control
Something
system?
that controls this.
on like each of the vats, there's sort of a control system.
Is there like a central console, like a master controller?
Yeah.
Probably
I'm
in
gonna
the
go over to
house.
that
Is
and
there
take a
one that
pipe to
says
it.
"die all"?
Flush all over me.
Evens or odds?
Are you serious? Odds?
Yeah. Look, you gotta look. Instead of spending the next like several hours going to each individual one and typing in a code, it's easy to just have just one panel
I
that
mean,
does it all. So
He had to have a backup plan in
Just in
case
case
he
they
got
were-
discovered.
yeah, it seems
Okay,
like the
fair,
current
fair.
the gray clone you guys were. The one you guys kind of knocked out and defeated seemed a little aggressive. So.
Like there was a chance things could go wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
So we're gonna go
yeah,
flip the
let's
kill
hit
all
the button.
switch.
Let's flip the
You,
self-destruct button.
Flick that and you hear like a sound.
And now we run.
No, like not like a ticking like a clock, but like a
Oh, like relays.
like relays in the essence of. If any of you know the sound of a cattle prod,
Ah,
Oh.
okay.
Oh,
it seems like something is shocking through the water
See.
enough that it at a high enough voltage.
Is
Got
there
it.
still enough getting through from the pipe and whatnot that it works?
Yeah.
Is it coming? It's from the vats.
Well, it's not like it's constantly refilling. It's more of just like that pipe is sort of part of a recycle
Gotcha.
system.
Gotcha.
It's not like an immediate recycle system. It's like it happens very slowly. So
Yeah,
But-
just to keep the green goop.
you believe to have killed the other 49 shades.
Of Dorian.
Of
right?
Dorian.
Do they sink or they just still float?
No, they
there,
just
or-
like they're still floating there, but
a lot of
they
EXP.
yeah, a lot of EXP.
Yeah.
In one fell swoop.
It's like 50 a pop.
Ah.
So I'm gonna go back over to the painting
Okay.
and just kind of like,
Rip me off some strips of that to tie this guy up.
all right,
All right, roll a thing. He gets advantage on a d20 against this, so got to roll above an 18.
I did not.
Wait, help.
Yeah, you can stack
What was
I got
it?
an 8.
Yeah,
So-
Like
like
reflex?
or muscle or however
I
you're
did
flavoring
reflex,
it
You
to.
could do probably either.
It just however you believe you're trying to destroy this painting.
Yeah, I would do reflex. I'm trying to like.
Sure, go for it.
I don't
See if
know
you can
that we're gonna
stack to
make
get
it
to
on this
18.
one.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Unless Keith is.
You can stack
Are you
3,
hoping
remember?
to?
I'm keeping the guy down.
There we go.
Oh, was
You
he
did knock him
not-
unconscious.
He's knocked unconscious, but I'm going to make sure that if he comes to,
7.
that I'm there.
That's not enough.
I mean, that's not terrible, but it's still not enough. That gives us a 15.
Yeah, he rolled an 18 on his
Oh wait.
resist.
Well, I would have to roll like a 10 in order for.
If you have advantage, you could try for it and see.
I do. Oh, I do
or
have
inspiration.
advantage. Okay, so let me try that one more time. No, that was a 3. And then let me try again.
Oh wait. Oh, that was with advantage. Never mind.
I mean, my inspiration. I'm gonna try one more
Alright.
time. I'm trying to get that 10.
I'm just deeply curious about how this is going to look on your end.
Man, I just got a 9. Not enough.
Oof.
Okay.
Close, but no cigar.
Oops.
You see, for you guys, you see like Mr. Gainsborough like violently
Sounds like
shaking.
a painting.
Sir, stay down. You're in shock.
Yeah.
And bleeding paint for
Bleeding paint.
godforsaken
apart.
reason.
Let us help you, sir.
Your body's turning to mush.
How hard is it to rip canvas?
You want
It's
to?
actually it for you guys as you're kind of like ripping it. You can see that strangely it's like it's not like you're watching it like physically come
How do you
together. It's
tell?
just like slowly happening as it's like slowly coming together, as if like you blink and a part of it is fixed.
Ugh.
Sort of like as if like reality shifts to fix it. Mr. Gainsborough's gonna try and get out. You guys can try and pin him down again if you want, or keep him pinned.
Can I keep him pinned?
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
if he gets
I'm,
away, though, we can follow him.
yeah.
Pretty much know where he's going.
I'll try to keep him pinned, and then, but I want to ask him like, what
The
are you
heck
trying to
is
do?
going
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk and try to persuade him to stay
Will this
down.
affect my 401k?
Sure.
'Cause we just killed 49 of him, and none of them can tell us.
What about
Oh,
us?
jeez.
Wait, who's the real one? If it's 49 copies, and there's 2 that have been fought, and one's paint, are we fighting?
Well,
You don't know what that ours is multicolored.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
So
I got a 12.
Plus a 4.
what do you?
16.
So the two of you are trying
16.
to hold him and
We're,
I
and,
don't
and,
have
and I'm
to.
asking him like,
He's
what are you? What's going on here? Like, why are you melting?
Sir, let us help you.
someone's killing me, please! I gotta save it.
Which makes
How are
sense.
they killing you? There's nobody here.
Please, I have to go see the painting, but not see the painting.
This doesn't make sense. A painting has nothing to do with your life.
As he's just rambling on like that. So
So,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna reach down and grab the guy's, the back of his
Mhm.
his shirt and drag him back into the main room.
he just burped.
I'm gonna grab the painting and bash it over his head.
Sure. Roll. You guys can try and stack.
Yep. Stack that one. Well, that's much better.
What would it be?
Oh, all you gotta do is beat a 7 this time.
Oh, we do.
11.
6.
Okay.
Between all three of us.
Okay. You guys do that. He's gonna try and get out again. Just at this point, he is within like you see like his visage is changing. Instead of like the youthful look that he has, it's sort of turning into like he's slowly turning into like that guy from like Indiana Jones and the Fifth Crusade. The Third Crusade, just sort of like aging and grotesque, and more of that oil paint is getting out. He's gonna try and escape again. An 8. No, sorry, it's a 3. Sorry, the 3 and the 8 look very similar. So if you guys can try, if you guys want to roll, it's easy to
Even
roll
if he
higher
gets
than
away,
an
by the
8.
time he gets there, I mean,
Well,
either
yeah,
ways.
but
Probably know your boss is like melting.
Yeah.
right
I mean,
now.
can he even move correctly? Like,
he is.
Say about this.
It's not great for him.
okay. Do you know what? I'm gonna let him go
Okay.
then, and I'm just gonna be like,
You see, at this point, he's just like crawling. He like gets to the
Ooh.
stairs
So let us call it an
as
ambulance.
he's like slowly trying to like crawl down the stairs.
You do realize this is not human. This is not.
Back to you guys.
He's still our boss.
Back to you guys.
So,
Loyalty.
Yeah.
Did the canvas break and he go through it or not?
Did he go through it?
Yeah, like a
Like,
Oh,
That's what I said.
yes, but you can see like that weird thing where it's just like reality is like
I'm gonna
shifting and
do it again.
go for it. You guys can stack if you want. Oh,
So this is
18. You
back
gotta get above
to-
18.
This is back to the.
Yeah, back to the basement dwellers.
Oh, that's an 11. So you can add 11 to that. So that's gonna be.
A 9, so that's 20.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
So
That's
29.
a lot.
You sort of break it over him and sort of lift it up, and you can see it's no longer fixing itself. But the painting has changed. You see where once there was like the grotesque, weird humanoid. You see just Gainsborough, very youthful, kind of standing there after we've posed, though it's broken and cracked. The two of you see the most glorious sight as a man becomes a corpse that melts into just like multicolored paint that slowly cascades down the stairs. Sort of just like a weird, like, the Shining elevator scene of just like multicolored paint that just like waterfalls down the entirety of the.
It's not sentient though, not like the blob or something.
No,
It's like,
by the time it gets to the bottom of the stairs, it's just like
Blech.
as if oil paint has just splattered everywhere.
This should have come up sooner for me when I saw the original corpse, but I forgot. One of my con weaknesses is I would vomit or pass out at the sight of blood or severe injury. So I'm just gonna roll an even or odd for myself here. I throw up.
Oh. Right.
Sorry.
Oh. I'm good because I can withstand.
As you guys tie up the clone, as you guys try to figure out what the hell just happened, you guys sort of slowly convene as through the rest of the day is sort of you guys trying to figure out what happened, informing the police.
How does that go?
I mean, yeah.
Well, I know I'm about to roleplay that as
Cause the three of us carry this like clone out to the cop who's sitting in his car watching videos. Is like
he sees that and just like freaks out and calls it in.
Be surrounded.
As cops, police helicopter lands, several police cars come up, forest rangers, a whole bunch of people come up, and next several hours you guys are just quickly interrogated and so forth and so on. There's a certain point where you're all kind of together, sort of just like sitting by the pool in like the chairs, sort of seeing like the green sludge. You can see at this point the gray clone kind of just like is in handcuffs in one of the chairs. Sort of just like looks like angry, but just like standing there, like sitting there, like nonchalantly.
Huh.
As you watch as like a gentleman like wearing like a like just like plainclothes individual kind of comes up to you guys like, right, well, can I get the whole story from the top to bottom, please?
I launch right into French.
Ah, oui, oui, yes.
Does he actually speak French, or is he?
He does, yes.
Oh, awesome! So she actually can communicate with him.
Well, was anyone like... No, I'm not speaking French. I got stuck in there. But would anyone like to tell me what happened, please?
Well, as I'm sure that she has told you, I can't understand any of the stuff that she says.
To be
but-
fair, I was launching into like a recipe for like steamed fish cakes.
Croque
Because
monsieur.
I was pretty sure that he didn't speak French. I'm like, shit.
I wonder if he's figured out that you are a fake French person.
I am French.
Sure.
So
sure, Miss
how
Chicken.
do you tell the guy?
Now, I don't understand the energetic ramifications of this on the universe.
On the universe.
We had some questions that we weren't fully satisfied and that having answered about the murder of the secretary. And I'm
Right.
still not wholly for sure why there was an argument, but we went in and tried to investigate for ourselves and found some footage of Mr. Gainsborough, who we saw at the filming of the PR stuff. We saw him at that event, and like I just kind of like slowly unfold this, and like, and then there were 49 vats of Mr. Gainsborough.
Right, I've seen what's
What?
down
Yeah,
there.
dude was grafting himself.
That's a really gross way to say it.
And there was one of them down there, and he threw something at me.
Right, I can see him right over there.
Yeah.
What did you do down there?
Well, I stabbed a painting because it seemed appropriate, because he has an unhealthy obsession with Dorian Gray, and I didn't know what any of it meant, but I figured if he was in tune with the correct frequencies, maybe,
It was an ugly ass picture.
he had figured out how to do something about life force, putting it into the painting, so I stabbed the painting first.
So that dude's your murderer.
Yeah,
He killed the secretary.
yes.
Still don't know why, but he killed the secretary.
And he made 49 duplicates of himself, which are, I'm pretty sure, all
Yeah, that's just
electrocuted
freaky.
in vats in his basement.
Right.
She probably found out that he had a camera in the bedroom, which is highly illegal.
That is
Right.
very, very inappropriate.
Anything
You are
else to
correct.
add?
But it was his own.
I have a lot of questions about why this was a thing and how this was funded and where my next paycheck is coming from.
Well,
Ask the
I'm sure you'll all figure that out.
Was that the
Anything
other
else that I would like to know?
That is so weird, because on our end, we were talking to Mr. Gainsborough, and all of a sudden he had a hole in his chest, and it looked like paint was coming out.
I'm sure that's what you saw.
Really, it's
It's
We
it's
tried
true.
to help him, but
taken to the big slimy painty mess, I guess. Because it's still there, right?
Yeah, but there's nothing to prove that it was
well,
a
There are
person.
dead bodies in the vat.
There
he
are
exploded into paint, and
50.
it covered the stairs, and I'm just gonna leave it there so we can charge extra on
If
that.
we're done, I've got to go mow the golf course and move the holes.
If you will
Why nobody's
give
playing
me,
here?
if you will stay here for a little while longer,
My souffles!
I'm gonna. He goes over and grabs
When did you make
the-
souffles?
Gray clone. He's like, I'm gonna talk to him. Well, the rest of you just stay here, and I understand, but we're working on it. Just a little bit more time for us to fully get the picture.
I want to hear everything that this guy says. Like, I'm staying close enough that
The guy is taking him away. So.
I don't trust these you guys.
I do not trust this police officer.
Me neither.
He was watching Pretty Women in his car.
He was watching.
It's not that guy.
Yes,
it's
it's
just
not.
Okay,
Different
dang
investigator.
it. Where is the Pretty Woman guy?
Anybody else
Do
want
not
to sneak
trust
over to
these
listen to what happens here?
I am willing. Perhaps you can make a distraction.
The police officer?
Where's he taking him? Like, is it a bushy
it looks like he's taking him back into the lodge to question
Ah,
him something.
concierge, is there no secret passages? Or holes in the walls we could
Not that is a terrible, terrible oversight.
perhaps above the room?
Is it?
It was what?
Secret
No, there are
passages.
not. As far as you're aware, there are no secret passages.
We found the secret passage, guys.
Yes.
I'm afraid, to my knowledge, that was the only one that we found.
We can try to listen to the bar. Get the glass.
Now, if you want to get a shovel and make your own passageways, I mean, I can't stop. Well,
Wait, are there cameras inside there too that you can see? Like cameras
Inside where?
in the like main part of
Inside
the
the
lodge?
lodge.
So all of the public areas there are there?
the public areas,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, there are security cameras.
There's cameras, but no.
But you guys have been asked to just stay in the open with the pool, so
There's cameras, but no audio.
Just- to keep you away from like the crime scene or anything while they investigate. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna sneak in and listen to the interrogation.
sure, you can do that. Roll a stealth.
Hey, pool boy, distract the cops.
That's gonna be a 10.
You're following the guy pulling the gray clone.
Did we show them the videos?
You should make copies of the videos.
Well, it depends on what you guys told them. Did you tell them everything, or
I mean, I would have.
Oh.
Yeah.
We should make copies of the videos.
you guys? So you specifically are following, right?
I am not following.
I was
myself.
referring to
Oh yeah, but
Siobhan.
Definitely.
I'm so good at getting myself killed. Good thing this isn't one shot.
Siobhan, as you you sort of like slowly sneak sneak to follow this gentleman. You see the gentleman has the gray clone. He sort of stops right where like the foyer is. You can see there's a lot of police just wandering around. You see he like grabs a box that's sort of on a armchair and sort of puts a lid on top of it, puts it under one arm and takes the gray clone out. As you follow him, you can see he goes into like the large like sea of cars and all of that are parked around all of the police cars. You can see he heads to a black SUV. Sort of, you watch as he opens the back door and puts the gray clone in before shutting the door, opening the driver's side door and putting the box inside.
I am a human. They are in a car.
Sort of pauses before getting in, sort of going into his pocket and pulling out his cell phone. Turns around and looks straight at you.
Oh shit.
You might want to go back to where you were. He hits a button. There's like the ground shakes.
Oh, I guess. Does it feel like it's centering around them or?
The lodge.
Oh, I'm going.
Okay.
He's blowing up all the cops.
You run back, hearing the sound of a car door shutting and an SUV driving away. Everyone who's at the pool sort of feels a shudder underneath you all. The pool slowly starts draining as there's a crack in the bottom of the pool.
No!
After maybe like a minute or two,
Gross.
a police officer comes to you guys like, everyone all right?
Good job.
Physically.
Yeah, I'm fine. He's gonna need a
Physically
drink.
That guy that just left just blew the place up.
What guy?
The
policeman.
guy that took the dude that was they just men in blacked us.
The police officer took the clone.
You guys later find out that there was a cave-in in the laboratory. The entire place having collapsed. As the final cutscene, you guys watch as a POV in the back of an SUV. You see the phone ring in the SUV as the gentleman picks up the phone. Hello, editor. Oscar Wilde here. Yeah, finally found him. One of his clones, yes. I'll bring him right over. As he hangs up the phone, and you watch as driving down the mountain, this black SUV heading to who knows where.
Oh, wow.
As we close tonight's game of the 50 Shades of Dorian Gray.
Get your resumes ready.
Brayden's literary agency strikes again.
The,
forgot.
the authors.
The authors?
Yeah.
Oh, the authors.
Oscar Wilde, the author of The Picture of Dorian Gray.
All right. Good job.
Thank
Well,
Yeah.
Good job.
you. You guys enjoy that one?
Yeah,
That was a lot
that
of
was
fun.
fun.
That's good.
That one I've been working on for several years.
The references were.
Yeah, I did this.
Stop.
I did this one for my roommates a couple years ago, and they really enjoyed it, and decided to do it for you guys. So
It was very fun.
it was a really good, fun one.
I also really like
Yeah.
your like one shot kind of
So
throw together system. I
Yeah.
like this a lot.
The
This is
the
awesome for one
3-man.
shots.
The
Yeah,
3-man page,
three-man.
yeah.
I
Pretty-
should do a write-up and put it someplace so other people can use it.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to do that. Just need to tweak a few things, but it's a good system.
Sounds like a cover.
It's-
I like that I can
Yeah,
make up
sounds
my
like it.
own strength.
We need to
and
do that
weaknesses.
one of these days. That would be so
Yes.
much
I
fun.
like that I can make up my own strengths and weaknesses.
Because
and
we need
maybe
to. There
they're
is so much to talk
pertinent
about.
and
Since
we-
last year, so-
A whole lot of these never
We'll
actually
get that
came
on the
up.
schedule.
That's fine.
And see what we can do. So that's going to do it for us here tonight. We hope you guys enjoyed this second week of Braydenmas for 2022. We will, of course, be back next week. We'll have Brayden has what?
Oh, I
2
do.
more
I
weeks?
do have one more week at least. I don't know what everyone's schedule is between Christmas and New Year's, but for next week, we're doing another Elves game to answer a very, very important question: who gets the Christmas bonus?
Ooh.
And what happened to the
Join
tooth
us. Join us next time for an Elf's Battle Royale. And seeing as your character technically worked during the Christmas season, does have a chance of winning the Christmas
They
bonus.
bring me back from the Hellfire Plains.
So be excited for that, and I will turn it back to you for the ending announcements.
All right. So next week, another Braydenmas episode, week number 3 of 2022. A Battle Royale. Be here to watch that shenaniganery. Few closing announcements. As always, all of the video content we create does go to our YouTube channel. You can head over there, search for Casual Cactus. It's casual with a C, cactus with a K, all one word. If you're there and haven't already, do hit like and subscribe. Toggle the little bell icon, make sure that you get all the announcements and advisories when new content goes up. You'll find 2 full campaign episodes, some smaller ones, some one-shots. We do have a series we've just alluded to called Cover Your Assets, where we talk mechanics of the games and put together our own stuff sometimes. It's a lot of fun. So be sure you check that out. Also, if you haven't already, do subscribe to our Discord server. We use that mainly to announce for you guys when the schedule has been altered or needs to be changed in some way. We're all busy people. We all have lives, and sometimes schedules are hard to keep. And when we have to make changes to our regular schedule, we try to let you guys know by Discord. Now that being said, our regular schedule is Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Leave that sort of up to you guys to do the translation for where you are in the world. And we hope that we will see you here next week at that time. Until then, remember,
Grab your bats and grab your balls.
and if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house.
Good
Good night, everybody.
Good night.